Mm. Hey, Meta. Yeah, everybody. Sorry about that. Basically, something's going on with my computer right now where I guess the heat in my house, because forgot to turn on my AC today. Normally it's blaring out loud. I have an industrial one, which would obviously make my voice go out if I had it on now. But basically, every now and again, the screen's just cut off, the fans on the computer turn way up, and then I have to reboot the computer. And normally I'm fine after that, but normally it hasn't been happening as much when I go streaming. I think it's happened once in the last week. Normally, if it happens, it's I'm doing something like some type of large rendering off of Adobe Premiere or something like that. So I don't know what's going on, everybody. Sorry about it. We can start talking about Bitcoin now. But yeah, guys, I really don't understand why my computer does this. I took it apart. I cleaned everything out the other day. It was very, very dusty. I may need some thermal paste, but I have an appointment for later on this week, I think, to get my computer fixed. So I got to figure out that because I tried to take it to somebody last week and they didn't know exactly what was wrong because they couldn't mimic what was going on here. So maybe it's my monitors, maybe something like that. Who knows? But it's definitely not a fun thing when you're streaming and you have to reboot in the middle of it. Luckily, I'm pretty fast at rebooting my computer. It's a pretty decent one, but something's wrong with it, right? But okay, everybody, kind of a recap of where we were going off here. Then we'll go back to Bitcoin very fast. I think one of the main reasons that we're seeing the market actually take a pretty big tanking today, because we were in a falling wedge that usually is pretty bullish. We had an opportunity to break out after the double bottom, yada, yada, yada. Is because you're seeing Walmart cut their profit outlook. And a part of that is, just to kind of do a recap here, people are going to be spending less money on luxury goods. When they're spending less money on luxury goods, that means they're making less margins. So if you guys buy a T-shirt from Walmart, they may be making about $5 a profit. If you buy, you know, what would I say? Like, I don't know, some cereal, they're making like $1 profit, maybe 50 cents profit. And basically what that means is if you're not buying the stuff where they have high margins and you're just buying the stuff where they have low margins, they're obviously going to be making less profit even if you're technically buying more of them, okay? And something also is they're not spending as much money on some of the more expensive stuff, but Walmart does expect to see themselves making more money off of those low quality, I don't want to say low quality, but the necessities like the milks, the cheeses, the foods, your socks, your stuff like that, but not the more expensive luxury items that Walmart might sometimes have. I don't know. I don't really think of Walmart as a luxury brand, but you know what I'm talking about. Other places around the store, besides the food, they have like shirts and I haven't been inside of a Walmart in years, guys. I'm sorry. But they have other stuff like Christmas decorations, grills, and things like that. Heck, I've been to Home Depot and Lowe's way more than I've ever been to Walmart. That's weird. Okay, but anyway, guys, you're seeing Bitcoin take a little bit of a dip right now. We'll get into all of that. Two things happened today from a technical level. Bitcoin broke down below its 20-day moving average. That was a big sign. And on top of that, you guys know I was talking a lot about Ethereum over the past few days. Well, I was like, hey, if Ethereum breaks down, I believe Bitcoin will break down as well. And you can see Ethereum started to break down a while before Bitcoin actually did. So that was a little bit of a red flag there. I was hoping that maybe we'd have an opportunity to close back above it, even if you had that really nasty 4-hour candle there. We had an opportunity. But I think once those earnings started to roll out, it was game over. And again, you see the markets for tomorrow. Everything is down, 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 down. Oil's down because of recession. Bond yields are down, obviously. We're heading for a recession. And, the entire crypto market is kind of feeling that at that moment in time, okay? And on the 4-hour chart, we're very, very close to a death cross here between the 20 and the 50. I just want you guys to understand that as well. Oh, and one thing here, I part of the problem when it comes to my computer may be the fact that it needs more energy than this older house can actually supply to it. So you may notice that my face is darker. That's only because I turned off all of my I have like professional lighting systems over here, and I just have a simple ring light to the left of my face. It'll be probably to the right of you guys, okay? So just so you guys know that in case my face looks a little bit darker, what I can probably do to mitigate that, since I paid so much for a freaking camera, is go over here, YouTube, connect. Let's go back over here to Bitcoin while I'm doing this. I want you guys to be prepared. Oh, and on the 4-hour chart, we're kind of finding support at the 200. I was in the process of saying that, but when the stream went down. Okay, now let me go over here to... How do I do this? Give me a little bit more light. Can I change the shutter? Let me pop the short up a little bit. ISO up to 64, and I think I'm a little bit brighter now, just a teeny bit brighter. Okay, so Bitcoin currently at a support. Everything is red on my screen except for Ethereum Classic, which is somehow at 0.5, up about point a half a percent. Excuse me. But what I'll do for it now is I'll probably put Bitcoin on the 1 minute chart over here on the left side of the screen, and you guys can see Bitcoin on the 15 minute over here, and that's what we'll look like at. We'll look at it in a few minutes. Okay. Before then, let's kind of go down the list here, guys, because I think it's a pretty important day. So we all know Bitcoin broke down, obvious. Dogecoin broke down yesterday as well. Yesterday's day candle pretty handily. Broke down below the 20 and the 50. It was actually trying to hold it pretty well over the past few days. With Bitcoin dropping, it managed to break down all the way below the trend line here. So Dogecoin looks like it's going to be in a bad spot here pretty soon as well. Ethereum, we just talked about this a few minutes ago. Broke down below the support level here. We were hoping that it might stay above. That way Bitcoin would have a chance. Not it. Broke down as well. You're seeing things like ADA break down over the past few days. There's a few different patterns here, but let me just get rid of some of these. We don't have to worry about that one for now. But you're seeing this breakdown here that happened about 12 hours ago. Coming back down, breaking down below the 200. Gold, death cross is a bounce. So guys, we're just in a bad spot all of a sudden. We had been talking about the potential for earnings to really wreck the market. I was thinking maybe it would just be rate hikes or maybe the economic data saying we're in a recession. Yeah, that didn't exactly happen. It was actually just earnings from one day. That's how weak Bitcoin was, I guess. We did break down, but there was a lot of fake outs, so there was still an opportunity. Ethereum Classic up a little bit compared to everything else. It already broke down below the 50, the 20 on the 4-hour charts. On the daily charts, however, look at this. I mean, it's still super high up compared to any of its moving averages. While other coins may be struggling to hold the 20 or the 50, or maybe they're already broken down. This thing is just miles high above all of that, okay? You can see its XRP, same thing. It's already well down below all those moving averages here. A lot of coins have taken a pretty sizable dump. I think the majority of them have, honestly. One interesting thing here, the dollar index actually managed to break back down below the 20-day moving average. And normally we find support at the 50-day, but maybe there's some hope here. A little bit of hope that maybe this can stem the downward trend of Bitcoin. I don't think so as much because normally we kind of have these little local highs. We kind of dive back down until we have our next rate hike. Then it kind of peaks back up, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. We'll see how far this dive goes, but I'm guessing since the market isn't our friend right now and inflation isn't obviously going away anytime soon, we should most likely continue to grind back up over here over the next few weeks, unfortunately. Maybe August may be better as far as inflation numbers are concerned. That may give the Federal Reserve a little bit more wiggle room of how they want to fight off inflation, whether it's rate hikes or some other means. All right. Anything else that I think you guys need to look at? We can go to Matic very fast. What is this, a 4-hour chart? Matic broke down, I would say right here a few hours ago. Definitely a nice short opportunity on that one. Kind of testing out some local support. Not really a heavy one, but just testing it out, I would say, at this moment in time. As far as Matic is concerned, everybody, though, which one is this? We already broke down from that one. So Matic had a couple of false breakdowns, but so far, if you're looking for any type of support, it's like well under 70 cents or like closer to 69.5 cents. Just keep an eye on that one, okay, guys? Okie dokie. But let me know if you guys have any questions about specific coins, because I know this is just going to be a longer stream today, or not a longer stream, but definitely one where you guys have more questions and less of me ranting on about what's going on here. So let's go over here to the 5, maybe. Let's go to the 1 as far as Bitcoin. We're seeing a little bit of support, guys, just a little bit. I'm happy with that support, even though, we're obviously broken down. Usually that's not a good thing for Bitcoin after the last time we broke down, right? Let's see. And hey, Bideford. Yeah, thanks. I thought about shaving today. I normally go to the barber and they do it for me, but I didn't want to wait this time, and I was like, God, I'm getting kind of burly, so thank you very much. I appreciate it, Bideford. And there we go. Go Whitman. Hey, JW, I appreciate that very, very much. We're not here to see your face go darker, lighter, bro. Just crypto. Trust me, man. I have to do it every now and again because, I don't think you guys understand how much AI YouTube has built in. They don't want to see me in a dark room. That actually impacts how many people see this video. Believe it or not, YouTube is a very sophisticated thing. They got AI and everything because they want to make sure their advertisers get a good. They don't want their advertisers to be on a bad stream, I guess, if that makes sense, right? But I do that for you and for YouTube. Can Ethereum bounce back to 1600? I mean, at this point, it doesn't look as likely unless somehow we get a big turnaround in the market. If you guys take a quick peek here at the Nasdaq, we'll focus on this one, I guess, right now. This is the Nasdaq. The other one was down. S&P. We got rejected off of that one Fibonacci level on the extension side of things. We haven't really shown any strength. I believe the Dow was up today, the S&P was up today, but the Nasdaq was down. And I think if we have some really bad earnings as Apple comes out, Microsoft comes out, that's most likely going to tank the Nasdaq, therefore tanking crypto. So I don't see it as very likely for Ethereum to be bouncing up right now. I think most of you guys, is the ones that I talk to a little bit on Discord every now and again, you guys' stop losses were at that trend line right there, or the the bottom from a few days ago. So as far as Ethereum is concerned, my man, here. I don't think you guys need to pay attention to the Fibonacci extension levels because we're obviously in a retracement period now. But you can see there's a level of resistance up here with this blue line, okay? Now, if we go over here, let's go to the 4-hour chart. So most of you guys had support limits right here, so it was kind of weird because I was talking to one of you, and your stop loss hit, and then all of a sudden there was a massive reversal, and then it kept on going down again, which kind of freaked people out because they had an opportunity to kind of walk away with some money here because it bounced all the way up to like what 1539. But at this point, you're already seeing the moving averages start to curl over here. You're already seeing the death cross inbound over the next 4 to 8 hours, I would assume, on this one. And in order for Ethereum to really have a strong rally, it's going to have to consolidate for at least a few days here. This is just a 4-hour chart. Consolidate for just a few days, have some good earnings coming out, have a rate hike that's not 100, but maybe more of 75 or 50. And then on top of that, we have to have some miracle news coming Friday that we're not in a recession. We are very, very close, but the GDP grew by 0.001%, something crazy like that, and that may give you an opportunity to see Ethereum back up at 1600. But until then, you're going to really have to rely on earnings to really pump up crypto. And I know you're asking why earnings. Well, earnings move the NASDAQ moves Bitcoin, Bitcoin moves all the other altcoins. And sometimes Ethereum moves first, but usually right now the whole market's basically moving off of how everybody's perceiving the economy, which is obviously not too good here. Okay. Let me go back over here to this one, to the 5. Actually, for now, we can watch the second chart. I want to see what's going on here. Bitcoin looks like it had some it's a very volatile week, guys. Bitcoin had some volatility. If you guys are not used to day trading or swing trading in a volatile market, just make sure you have a stop loss. This is going to be a pretty wild one. You guys may be looking at losing some money really fast, and it's up really fast, and it's down really fast. If you guys aren't careful, it's going to bite you in the butt really, really hard, okay? There we go. And hey, Alex, nice to see you back. Oh yeah, don't worry about it, guys. Whenever my computer has a problem, I try to get back as fast as possible. I don't know what it is, but while I had the issue, I did manage to fix up the bit rate. So now I have the bit rate for the video set up to 20,000 instead of the 7,000 I had before. So I think you guys should have some type of 4K ability to watch my stream, which is awesome. Okay, so far you've seen Bitcoin take a little bit of a bounce. Ethereum Classic is actually up 2% while everything else is down. That's kind of nice to see. Let me see if I can find something out here on my phone. Let me see. Can I do this? No. No, that don't work. Okay, that's fine. How do I do this? So, guys, I'm making sure something went through. There we go. Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. All right. But basically, you're seeing Bitcoin have a little bit of reversal. If you guys have any questions in any particular coins, I'd be happy to help you out. But you guys can see. Let's just go over the last 24 hours. We've had some big losers and some moderate losers, I would say. The big losers here are AXS, Curve Token, Curve DAO, Lido DAO, FTM, Convex, Near Protocol, Synthex, Flow, Matic. Obviously, these coins had actually had some really great runs over the past few weeks or past few days, weeks. But you're seeing they're kind of giving back those gains quite a bit here. Oh, I wish I had the 30-day. Hold on one second here, guys. 30-day. Oh, why do they do this like this? There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it works out fine. But basically here, guys, let me go back to the. Oh, okay, we did fix it back up. You're seeing Dogecoin down about 6, Solana down about 7, ADA down about 6, XRP down about 5, BNB down about 5. You're seeing the average coin, I would say, anywhere between 4 and 10% on average. I would say about 8. Get prepared for some pain here, guys, unless earnings can really turn things around. It doesn't mean like we're going to ultimately crash and burn to death here as far as Bitcoin's concerned. It just means that you guys very, very clearly need to be taking some precautions here if you guys are long and you guys didn't have your stop losses set to this breakdown, okay? We tried to bounce earlier. You can see we bounced really nicely. Shorts did not allow us to go any higher. Earnings came out. It was just a bloodbath from there, okay, everybody? All right, I'm going to make this move over here. Let me see if you guys have any questions. Hey, Alex, tell me why I logged Bitcoin at 21,999. 21,999. I don't know. I don't know when you actually bought the Bitcoin, but you could have been expecting some type of bounce. That's not. I mean, it wasn't a horrible idea to buy right here. Nobody knew how bad the Walmart earnings were going to be, obviously. But you got to make sure you have that stop loss there. That stop loss makes sure that you know exactly how much you're going to lose. Without the stop loss, you lose like tens of thousands more dollars than you otherwise would have on your journey to go full time as a trader. It is that important that you guys have a stop loss. And then something else you need to have is a trading journal. That'll help you out a lot because it just tells you what you're good at and what you suck at. Is there any chance you can raise your banner just a shade so we can't see the time level on each of your charts? Oh, I see what you're talking about here. Hold on. I can't change the banner, but what I can change is... There you go. I can shift that down just a little bit. There you go. Hopefully that helps out Bideford. Left is Bitcoin, right is Bitcoin. One's 1 second, one's 15 minutes right there. I'm just watching the 1 second until we see something else popping. But so far, the only thing green on my screen here is actually Ethereum Classic. Let's go to the 5-minute chart here. It just had a minor pop above the 20 moving average in the 5-minute chart. Anything else here of significance? Trying to test out the 20 didn't work out. No, just a little bit of a upward move. We bouncing off of anything. We bounced off the fib, then came down. Nah. Ethereum Classic has the ugliest chart right now. The ugliest chart. Yeah, but not really much happening besides that. Hopefully it does come back down over the next few hours to kind of match Bitcoin up. Otherwise, people are going to get FOMO'd into it. Oh, then you see Bitcoin right there still coming around. All right, there we go. Let me see it here. Hey, Miss K, happy to see you. I lost 23K a few minutes ago. I got liquidated. Hey, Crypto Daily. Oosh, hope you're gonna do better. That sucks. I've lost some big numbers before, and it's never fun because then you think about what you could have spent it on instead of actually trying to invest it. Hey, Brandon, I managed to buy back all my Matic and Chainlink I lost on Voyager. Now working on AVAX, ADA, CBKB, and VeChain. There you go. You got to build it back up. I haven't heard any major news coming out of Voyager and FTX. Some of the interesting things that we were talking about before, as far as FTX trying to buy some of the assets of Voyager and put them on their exchange, and therefore you guys can get a portion of it back, maybe 100% of it back. I don't know exactly what the number was. Basically, Voyager says it's a lowball offer, and they don't want to deal with a lowball offer, so Voyager's not up for it. I would probably say a majority of people would probably prefer the FTX model. And what's going on here, guys, from a business aspect, I guess you would say, is, what's an easy way to say this? So, FTX, Voyager, all these crypto companies, they always are trying to get new customers, new signups and stuff like that. And to that effect, they are willing to pay big bucks to influencers, Google for the marketing, all that type of stuff. And what they want to do is get you to sign up for their product, okay? And usually that comes with something called a acquisition cost. So how much does it cost to get one average sign up of, let's say, $100 of them putting their money in, okay? So for crypto, that may be something to the realm of about anywhere from like $20 to $100. It's pretty crazy. That means it costs $100 for me to get you to sign up, but over time you're going to pay me back because of all the money you're going to be trading and all the fees I'm going to collect from you. FTX sees a strategy here or an opportunity to go to Voyager and say, hey, we'll take all of your customers and we'll give them back the money, right? And Voyager, but at the same time, they're not going to have to pay for that acquisition fee for all of those Voyager customers. And Voyager understands that, and that's why they're saying, well, we don't want to give it to you for this price. Maybe there will be other bidders in the market that may actually come to help Voyager out. But at this moment in time, that's the best offer they got. But Voyager doesn't seem like they're at all interested. The best thing you guys could do is probably a send emails to Voyager to say take the offer of FTX, but at this point, it doesn't seem like anything like that's going to happen here. I'm hoping that FTX can make a move and maybe buy Voyager, but it's going to be interesting because I don't think they want to buy Voyager. I think they just want to buy all the assets, and if that means that you guys will have your money back and I'll have my $500 back on the platform, not much, I know, but still $500. There's an opportunity for all of us to get our money back, or at least a large portion of it, and we'll be able to get it back on the FTX platform, sell it off, and take the money into our own bank accounts, or we could just leave it on FTX if we wanted to. Either way, FTX has a new customer. Voyager doesn't have to worry so much about the debt problems they have. But, Voyager wants a better deal, I think, and that's what they're maneuvering for. FTX, on the other hand, has nothing to lose if Voyager just says, fine, we don't want your offer. FTX says, well, go to bankruptcy court and piss off all your customers. That's the battle that's going on here right now, okay? One other thing here, guys. If we go take a look at Twitter, we're going to go take a quick peek over here at whales. I do not want to turn on my notifications. There we go. We got a lot of whale activity here. Ethereum shorted one, Ethereum longed a little bit here, not much. Shorted. I'm looking for the greed index here. Greed. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of activity here, guys. There's some longs, there's some shorts. Somebody was trying to prop up Ethereum and it just didn't work obviously about a half an hour ago. Really? Guys, it's normally pretty easy for us to get to this point. It kind of tells you how many trades are going on right now. Whales are having a feast at this moment in time. And, 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 you guys will remember we talked about whale number 3? Oh, before we go over there, right? Longs liquidated in the last 24 hours, 45 million. Shorts, only 11 million here. And you guys will see that the fear and greed index has not changed yet. That should have changed already. Maybe tomorrow we'll see a larger change from the fear and greed index. But I think the bigger point here. Now, well, number 3, you guys know, is has moved all their money into another wallet and another wallet and another wallet all the way back to this wallet here. So where they went from number 100 or maybe 1,001, I can't even tell. There seems to be another 1 behind this 0 down here, all the way back up to number 3. Well, you guys will remember, we can't find the wallet obviously now because it's lost forever because of how few Bitcoin it has. Just a few days ago, when we were looking at the Bitcoin chart on the daily, probably best just to open it up here. I don't want to deal with all the other stuff. Where's my cheat sheet right there? There we go. Daily. Somewhere up here a few days ago, I don't know exactly what day it is now. You guys can correct me if you guys know. But somewhere around here, over the last couple weeks or so, we did see whale number 3 technically move a bunch of money out of their wallet. And what do you know? A few days later, Bitcoin is dumping. So I'm going to continue to believe that even when they're changing money through the wallets, excuse me, guys, when we see whale number 3 taking Bitcoin out of their wallet, that normally symbolizes that a big downward move is coming, okay? So I'm going to keep to that tradition here because that's worked out a lot for us. And so far, they haven't sold any Bitcoin, but they still are moving Bitcoin in and out. And so far, the past few days, obviously, they just poured in tens of thousands of Bitcoin into their account. Okay. Any coins you guys want me to check out, let me know, guys. Any questions you guys have about anything economics? It doesn't just have to be about crypto, guys. It can be about I don't want to talk about stocks too much, but unless you remember, of course. But if you guys have any questions about the economy, what's going to go on with politics right here, we have a new bill coming out with stable coins coming pretty soon. That's going to be great. You guys might not like it, but it's going to be great. It'll give hedge funds more of an incentive to kind of go boosh into crypto. But yeah, let me know, guys. This is going to be a pretty interesting day. You're seeing a lot of coins down quite a bit at this moment in time after the last hour and a half-ish. Only thing up on my screen is Ethereum Classic, and Ethereum Classic has been notoriously burning shorts off this week, which has been very annoying because I've been in a couple shorts this week. I made 80% today off of a trade on it, right as it was everything was breaking down. But today even Bitcoin burned some shorts off. If you guys don't have too low of a leverage. Michael, number 3 is sleeping. So far, yeah, they haven't made any trades over the last few days as far as I've seen, as far as taking money out. But I am going to stick to that fact that what is it? 6 out of 7 times, guys, if you guys go over to this website here called info charts, and you guys go to the Bitcoin rich list, and you guys go to Bitcoin wallet number 3. It'll look like this right here, number 3. If you click on this, historically, when this person takes money out of this wallet, and I don't mean they're selling it on the open exchange, I just mean they're moving wallet money out, so it looks more like this red here, red. This is a new wallet that they set up. That's why it looks not the same as other times. When they move money out of that, or when they move Bitcoin out of that wallet, we normally see a sizable dump afterwards. We were a little bit more hesitant about this time because, of course, what happened? They moved all of their Bitcoin out of that wallet, moved it onto exchanges, and then moved it back into another wallet without selling anything, which was very, very confusing. But they still have their crown of being whale number 3. I guess that's a bronze crown, but still, I think we would all want to have that much Bitcoin in our personal wallets, right? Let's see right here. Oh, and thanks, Alex. Alex has the original address here, so I can actually search it up for you guys. There we go. Okay, so this was the old whale number 3, as you guys can see. Then all of a sudden, everything just tanked, and you guys can see moved like thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of Bitcoin out of the wallet. So all moving out, and this was 718 all the way up to about 720, where all this bad stuff was happening. So let's just start off at 718 because that's where I like to, start off all this bad movements. So 718 is right here. So between here and where's 20? Between here and here, they were unloading Bitcoin out for their wallet. And what happened afterwards, we started coming back down. The same thing could be said when they sold Bitcoin off, a lot of Bitcoin off right back here a few months ago. And what happened after that? A major move down. But they're pretty good about it, or the market just understands it a little bit better, okay? But it sucks, guys. And before we keep on going to other coins and talking about some other stuff, and again, thank you, Alex. I appreciate it. Our next major level of support here, guys, as far as when you guys might, like, for certain want to be buying with some strong scale out levels and strong support levels and all that good stuff, it's going to be mostly around like $20,000, I would say. That's our next large major level of support. We may actually have one other run here, guys, if we can just have a golden cross. We'll see how much of a boom that actually gives us. But again, it's going to really depend on how these earnings reports come out. And so far, as you guys can have guessed, earnings reports are just not looking too good. Good at all. All right. It's right here. It's right here. Hold on a second here. Sorry, guys, I got to make sure I answer my members' questions first. They pay the $1.99 a month for it. Hey, Ken. What do you use to buy STMX? Well, before I used Voyager, and now I use KuCoin. I think it was. I think it was on KuCoin. KuCoin, and then there was one on Binance. I think it was Binance US. Let me double check that here. What I would say is very fast because I can just do it faster here. Is you just go over to coinmarketcap.com, go to STMX. There you go. You scroll down, keep scrolling down, and you'll find off all the exchanges. Oh, FTX is the one. FTX, not KuCoin, FTX. But you see it's on KuCoin as well. All right, it's on KuCoin as well. It's on Binance as well. If you ever want to check out which coins are on which exchanges, just go find the coin on coinmarketcap.com, and it'll tell you exactly what exchanges they're on. Sometimes they may be outdated, so maybe you can't find it anymore. But that's usually with coins that have kind of died off and they've kind of gone to like maybe less than $1 million market cap. They're usually way down below on like the 1,000 plus list as far as coinmarketcap.com is concerned. But here's an easy way to find it. I would say FTX because FTX I prefer over KuCoin right now as far as just kind of accumulating some long-term coins there. KuCoin's fantastic. I just prefer, of course, to do it long-term trading on KuCoin, not long-term day trading, swing trading type of things. Not so much of a long-term holding wallet for me. But yeah, hopefully that helps you out there, end. See, hey Alex, fortunately it's small position, so I closed it, but yeah, always have your stop loss ready. Dude, I'm glad you mitigated those losses there. I know it's not as good, obviously, as making profit, but when you guys are, losing less money than like most other people, and you're making more money than other people, that ends up being a good thing for you in the long run there. So just give it some time. And what's right here? And hey, Mr. Pep, I'm happy to see you out. It's still unknown if whale number three is an exchange. I don't think whale number three is an exchange. Otherwise, they would have their formal names behind it. Usually, exchanges are regulated by governments to some degree. Even the exchanges over here in America, right? That's why we don't have all these crazy exchanges all over the place. So if it is, they'll come out and say this is our wallet address, and that's why you see on this website here, wallet, Binance, cold wallet, Bitfinex, Binance, wallet number, whatever, OKEX wallet, Binance wallet, Bitfinex, CoinCheck, OKEX, another wallet, BitREX, wallet, OKEX, so when Polynix, you'll know when it's a wallet here because it'll clearly say what it is on below it if it belongs to an actual exchange, okay? I would assume it's just some billionaire, could be a Saudi billionaire, it could be Elon Musk for all we know, a very, very wealthy individual. It could even be one of those old traditional banking families that hides like that. They're so rich they don't even show up on the rich list, right? That they could own that Bitcoin for all we know. You will never know, but I don't believe it's an exchange. No. Let's see, only 0.0099 Bitcoin left in that wallet. Yeah, that's not a lot in there. But I guess he was able to do some good stuff there. Let's see. Hey Tony, Harmony one. Yeah, let me see if I can find one here, guys. And a reminder, everybody, if you guys are members, you guys get your questions answered first. It's only $1.99 a month. I know I lost some members when my channel got banned because of YouTube going all critical on us. What the heck? Do I gotta really type in? Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, so as far as Harmony is concerned, it got rejected off of that 50-day moving average. It clearly had a breakdown a few days ago, so it was a good shorting opportunity. Oh, actually, yeah, yesterday. So, yeah, looks like a good shorting opportunity at this point in time. You may have a golden cross coming up over the next few days. Maybe that helps you out a little bit. But at this point in time, you're going to be looking more at Fibonacci retracements than Fibonacci extensions. We had a little bit of support here. We didn't even bother. Did we even bother to pivot here? No, barely made a move. And so far, we haven't reached the pivot point of about 2 cents or so. That's a really low level. But isn't Harmony... Well, let me go back here a couple seconds. Let's see. Weekly chart. Okay. There it is. I was wondering why we're stopping here. There we go. So basically, over the past few weeks, you see we fell down to this lowest support of about 0.017 cents. I would say we're most likely going to break down below this over the next few weeks if Bitcoin and the market can't really figure out a way to go higher. Maybe if the NASDAQ finally actually hits that 200 weekly moving average, maybe we can have a bounce off of that. But I think if we do start breaking down below this level, I think you're going to most likely see this coming back down to at least the 0.013 level, which, I mean, I know it doesn't sound like much because we're talking about pennies here, but from here to this next level of support is down like another 33%. So I'd be very, very careful with this. On the weekly chart, you're still so far away from any moving averages because this thing just flat out crashed afterwards over the past few months, excuse me. But what I would say is this. You may have an opportunity to buy over the next few days, or maybe you find some support closer to 0.018. But at this point in time, this thing does not look good by any stretch of the imagination. You can just see, compared to so many other coins, this thing is just flat out dumped. So I'd be very, very cautious if you want to get into this. If you're already in it, this is going to be something more of where you don't really want to trade this as a day trading or swing trading. Maybe day trading may help you out. But this may be something you're looking at only for long-term trading. The swing trading is not going to be as friendly to you as like an Ethereum, a Matic, and Ethereum Classic. Those are going to be easier coins to trade, maybe even the Ape coin, stuff like that, rather than something like Harmony, which can have some pretty sizable moves. But that's usually better for like experienced traders, right? But so far, it broke down. Let me put that trend line back up here for you. Broke down, should continue to move down over the next few days, unless for whatever reason, again, earnings are really good. That can help us. But at this point in time, after looking at Walmart's down like 10% after hours. Let me go over here very fast. Walmart Inc. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. Extended trading hours, that's Walmart. So by the close, yeah, it's closed about 9.85%. So that's why the whole market's in a tissy fit tomorrow. Unless we have some good earnings coming out tomorrow, everybody, we're most likely going to see the NASDAQ, S&P, and Dow all come down more, which will lead to stuff like Harmony coming down as well. Best to go back over here to Bitcoin very fast. There you go. And Bitcoin's still trying to curl back up barely. It doesn't look too strong, but at least we can try, right? Let's see. And hey, Ken, FTX is. I like FTX a lot. They have a whole bunch of capital. They're now invested in not BlockFi. Yeah, BlockFi as well. I was thinking SoFi for some reason. But yeah, they're now invested in BlockFi. They have so much cash, they're going to be fine. Now, when Bitcoin hits 12,000, 10,000, if it goes that low, maybe we'll come back to it. But it seems like they have so much cash, they're not going to have to worry about those problems, at least in my opinion, okay? Whereas Voyager and other ones, that 3 hours capital really knocked Voyager out for the count. Let's see. Hey, Alex, it could be me. I mean, we all want it to be us. We all want it to be us right there, right? Uh, hey, Nico, Mike, what about Gala 5 cent now or never, or I don't touch it? Well, so if you want to be shorting right now, I'm like, now is the time where you guys might want to be shorting more often because we just had a complete breakdown 2 times over the last few days. Earnings are not good. All that good stuff is happening. If you guys want to buy right now, by all means do, but it's going to be more of a long-term holding thought process here rather than trying to do some day trades unless you guys are specifically trying to trade some 15-minute chart, 30-minute chart, maybe 4-hour chart. But you got to be careful with it right now because I would assume the majority of people right now are shorting because, just had a breakdown. It's still coming down. We've had a little bit of a rest, but, still coming down here. And, I mean, this is just the Bitcoin second chart, but you can see that there is some shorts still trying to enter the market here. Let's see. It got to be you. Could it be me? Hey, Knuckle Buster, maybe one day it'll be you. I want every day. I hope eventually we'll all get that much Bitcoin. But I think eventually, guys, you guys will all find coins that you're passionate about to more of a degree than Bitcoin. And I hope that over time you guys will invest a sizable amount of money into those coins. You guys are going to do your own deep research, find out what makes it tick, find out what makes it look good and stuff like that. But I think overall, you guys can find those coins that will make you extremely wealthy. But do the research. Just don't put in a whole bunch of money there and just say, "Oh yeah, this is a random coin I found online. It'll do." Yeah. You can get lucky, but not always, right? Harmony One got hacked for hundreds of millions. Oh, that explains it. Yeah. So be very, very careful if you're going into Harmony One. Then I would not risk I would not risk too much money on it unless you're just trying to have some fun on it. For stuff like Harmony One, it may do some trades, but you're always going to be afraid that you're going to have a massive dip because those people that stole that crypto, they're just going to dump it at some of those high points, right? And they won't even care how far the price falls during that time frame. Let's see. And hey, Miss K, and Knucklebuster say they knew it was going down. Nice. I was hoping we'd have a little bit of a bounce, but nope. I mean, we did talk about the breakdown a few days ago, but still, I always have hope, guys. I always have hope. That's my downfall here. Let's see right here. Please see Ethereum. Is Ethereum doing anything interesting? Ethereum 15 minutes. It's not doing anything interesting here. We already had the breakdown a while ago. It was kind of a weird ricochet moment because Bitcoin managed to bounce off of its old support, and then we were trying to see if Ethereum itself could actually close above the trend line here. Because sometimes we can wick down when it looks like on the day chart, but we still managed to stay above it. Didn't even try. We ended up crashing back down. We broke down below the low that we experienced a few days ago, right over here, a week ago, I guess now. But Ethereum Classic, Ethereum, it's bearish right now, guys. So just be careful with it. Is there any actual technicals on here? I mean, I guess if you wanted to add some type of retracement level on here, you definitely could do that. Oh yeah, see, we stopped at it just temporarily yesterday, and today we're actually doing the complete breakdown of it. This is a 4-hour chart, though, by the way. Our next level of support, according to Ethereum, looks like around $1,300 or so. So about $115 less than where it is now. I mean, not that much. I mean, from a percentage standpoint, it is, but not from a dollar standpoint, right? So keep an eye out for that one. I think we may have a bounce coming up pretty soon, though. I'm just hoping, again, guys, that as we kind of approach this weekend, we look at the NASDAQ and a whole bunch of other coins. Where's my Nazi? Oh, okay, fine. I'm not going to look for it on there. I'll just go over here. Oh, well, that sucks. I messed up on that one. That's fine. There you go. We're hoping that we can break this downtrend, start curling back up, and break above this level of resistance, the one level on the Fibonacci extension. That's what we're going to need. But again, at this point, guys, down, down, down. Not down as much as it was a few hours ago, a few minutes ago, but still down quite a bit, okay? We're going to rely on early morning earnings reports. If you guys wake up that early, awesome. If you don't, you guys will just have a surprise when you wake up in the morning. All right, let me go back over here very fast. I did mess this up. How do I move this back up here? All my stuff is all messed up now. Playlist. Okay, it'll have to do. I'll kind of memorize this as we go along here, guys. That sucks. Okay, this Bitcoin. Okay, there we go. Okay. Hey, discount. I shorted Ethereum 5x for a 30% gain on that dump. Good times. Hey, discount. Good job, my man. That's a good amount of money right there. 30. What you said? 30% for a few minutes of time. That is a nice one. And so far, it looks like it may even come down even more here. I know Bitcoin's looking like it's trying to find some support, but we could just be breathing before we take that next dump down, and I think that's what most likely is going to happen here. We'll give it a few more minutes, though. We'll take a little bit of a peek at it. Let me go over here very fast. I just want to check out to see, is there anything actually moving up over the last hour? The only thing up, guys, in the last hour is Terra Classic, which nobody's going to be trading here, I don't think. And SNX, that's up 1%. Really not looking, totally strong. But I will say over the last 30 days, it did have a nice uptrend here, which could be pretty nice. But in the last 24 hours, it's down 7%. So Bitcoin's taking it down just like everything else. Let's see. And hey, Miss K, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. There you go. Let's see. There was some other news I wanted to tell you guys. Oh, here it is. The numbers show that the U.S. is at least teetering on a recession. We don't have to go into all this type of stuff right now, but basically, I think the economic data comes out this Friday. Let me verify that. There we go. So it should be coming out July 29th. No, yeah, July 28th. Excuse me. Oh, that's Thursday. My bad. Thursday. It should be Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. So Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, 5:30 a.m. Pacific Time, we will learn if we're in a recession. So if you guys ever wanted to wake up and watch Fox Business, CNBC, Bloomberg News, Yahoo News, if you guys ever wanted to watch one of those shows early morning, this will be one of the interesting times because you're going to be hearing a lot of stuff about the economy. You'll learn a lot of informative stuff that can help you make some trades here for the long term. And it's just kind of good practice to start understanding some of these financial news channels because normally they're very boring. They kind of have a lot of fluff built around them because they're also TV shows that want ratings. But they do make you money if you kind of understand not really what the anchors are telling you, but more about what the experts are telling you that they have on the show. Because I don't really trust anybody on CNBC personally, maybe except for Josh, maybe a couple other people. But they're not the main anchors. I tend to trust the experts they bring on to have those one-on-one conversations and interviews. Those are the people you want to listen to. Those are the people that give you the heads up. Oh my gosh, inflation's actually coming. I forget the guy's name. It's an Arabian name, really nice guy, really cool guy. But he was predicting inflation for such a long time. A lot of people were not. Hey Rohit, as far as trading psychology, it comes out to what type of trade you're trying to do. So if you're newer to trading and you're asking about trading psychology, the easiest way you can make money right now is obviously to go long term trading. That kind of takes a long time, and that doesn't really make you money fast, but it does make you money. So normally you're going to want to be careful about doing any day trades. You're going to want to stick to paper trading and swing trades. By doing paper trading just means you're using fake money, right? Here's Bitcoin trying to do a little bit of a dip. We'll see if it does. When you're doing paper trading, you're going to pair paper trading with educational lessons built around patterns, whether it be candlestick patterns, like a head and shoulder, stuff like that. And then from there, you're going to focus on building out your trading journal and seeing what you're good at, what you're bad at. That means you're going to try to find those patterns, right? You're going to be trying to use indicators like or tools. This give you stuff like Fibonacci retracements, Fibonacci extensions, oscillators, MACDs, RSIs, the whole shebang bang. You're going to learn how to use those, whether you want to learn them off of a book, learn them off of YouTube videos. They're all over the place. You can find them a lot for free, but I'd prefer getting a book because books just tend to have better. I'm better at studying from a book. Maybe you're better at watching a video. Either way works. And then from there, once you start compiling your data set of what you're good at and what you're bad at, which is why I give you guys that free trading journal, or I did at one point, right? Once you guys have that, then you can actually start to see, hey, you can say, hey, I'm Rohit, and this is what my trading journal looks like. I'm awesome at trading Head and Shoulders on Microsoft. I'm awesome at trading Apple. I'm awesome at trading Netflix. But you know what? For whatever reason, I suck at trading Tesla. Over time, you'll see that, hey, I suck at trading Tesla. Let's paper trade that for a while. But what you're good at, you can actually start to move some capital behind. And this works with crypto coins, it works with stocks, it works with options. If you know what you're good at and the data backs it up. If it doesn't back it up, don't do it. Then you'll be able to take that next step and start making some consistent profits in the market. The problem with that is people tend to not be so patient with that method, because it does require you for a couple months to really just practice before you actually start putting your money in there. And so partway through, people tend to give up and say, well, I'm making money, but you know what? I can only make an Apple trade once every 2 weeks because that's the only setups I get. I can only make a Bitcoin trade maybe once every 5 days because that's all Bitcoin gives me. Well, you got to understand, you got to take what the market gives you. If you try to force it, that's where you start to lose money. And then once you've built up enough money while doing swing trading, multi-day trades, then you can actually put a little bit of a stash away from it. Like maybe 10% of all of your profits from swing trading, you put into a separate little wallet, or if you're trading stocks or something like that, a separate account to practice day trading on it. And then you restart the whole process where you're building up that money, and then you're day trading practice with paper trading, and you compile a whole new set of data, and then you find out what you're good at and what you're bad at. And then once you find out what you're good at again, then you start putting capital behind it. But until you find out what you're actually good at, why would you even put capital into the market, right? So that's the give and take, because we all want to make money fast, but the market's always going to be here. And guess what, guys? You guys are going to make lots of money when you kind of dollar cost average and you kind of make a lot of money down the road. I mean, I'm always thinking that's almost a certainty now that I buy Bitcoin at 21,000. If I buy Bitcoin at 15, if the Bitcoin I bought at 25,000, the Bitcoin I bought at 30,000, guess what? That's eventually going to all be profit. But as far as day trading and swing trading, you might as well learn now in this bear market and kind of become really good at it. By the time we hit a bull market, every breakout is a boom. Every breakout is a boom. Every breakdown is a small breakdown, but every breakout goes boom, 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 boom. And you're going to learn a lot really fast. And it's better to learn now while the market's not pumping and pumping and pumping, because that way, this is hard level for learning how to trade the market. A bull market is extremely easy. Extremely, extremely easy. One of the reasons that I don't give as many calls as I did before is because the market's been so unreliable, and so many of the technicals that we use have been so unreliable, which is why you've seen trading volume even from hedge funds or people like me, retail traders, they've gone down because we've been able to make so much money over the past few years in this crazy bull market that was kind of pumped up by the Federal Reserve printing unlimited amounts of money. Well, that gravy train is now over, so now I have to be more precise about where I put my money, how I'm doing my trades here. And so far, guys, I'm still making more money in the stock market than I am in the crypto market, but that's just because I trade options. If I wasn't trading options, I'd be not making nearly as much money as I normally do in the stock market. And hey, Justice, happy to see you. How do I get started and learn about this? I have been trying, but it's difficult to find good information. Do you have any courses or suggestions? I don't have any courses. I mean, I do consultations by the hour, but that you just email me if you want to do that. But I don't have a course built out. I'm building a course right now, but it's not going to be anywhere as intensive as, I guess, just a one-on-one talk with me. But normally what I do with my course, from my one-on-one, this is not like an ad, and just answering this question here. I basically teach you how to get set up so you guys can start compiling your own data. And I give you that trading journal. I kind of reference some books if you guys want to get those ones, and some other YouTube videos and things of that. Because some of you guys are visual learners. Some of you guys want to watch a YouTube video. Some of you guys want to read a book. I like to read a book and watch a YouTube video, but I'm a nerd. Right? But I kind of get you started on that path. But I would say if you could find a couple books, Trading for Dummies, Options for Dummies, what I would say is maybe Trading for Dummies and Charting for Dummies are two good ones, because it kind of teaches you the basics of trading and the basics of charting. Those are the two things you need. And then, as they talking about trading, they also talk about emotions and maybe a little bit about trading journals. The trading journal thing is, I think, is very crucial. What I used to do here a while ago is I paid for a very nice trading journal to be made. This is one that's on Google Sheets, and basically it calculates the taxes, it calculates how much profit, loss, leverage, all of it calculates it. But something cool that I added on, which cost me all the money because I can do all of the stuff myself, is basically you trade with patterns, I assume, or that's kind of what I preach here on the channel. If I go over here, could I find my image? Here we go. So here's a bunch of patterns that I use to trade. Okay, you'll see a lot of them. It's not too important that you guys see all of these, but here's a bunch of patterns. Okay, all of those patterns are on the trading journal, and you could just write them in by hand if you want to, then do the math at the end of the month and kind of calculate it out. It takes like a half an hour to an hour. It's still worth it. Okay, to test it out. But basically, with my trading journal, it when you click on it, the tab, and you say, "Hey, this was a Head and Shoulders play," it compiles that data for you and it builds out tables to show you what you're good at and what you're bad at. And so, this is going to sound pretty simple, but most people don't do this. If you know what you're good at, and let's say you're more than 60% profitable on one particular pattern on one particular stock, then you know that you can trade this with capital and hopefully do well, be successful. But if you're trading Microsoft Head and Shoulders plays, and for whatever reason you keep on losing money on it, you know that you shouldn't be trading those right now, and that kind of takes away a little bit of losses that would otherwise be on your portfolio, on your account. And what you're able to do when you do this is you're able to say, you're not going to just stop trading Microsoft Head and Shoulders. You're just going to say, hey, well, instead of trading it with capital, I'm going to paper trade this and keep practicing until I'm good enough, until it hits that 60%, 70% threshold, whatever you set for yourself, to make consistent profits. Then once you understand how to do that, then you're going to be much better off. Because the problem that happens when you guys are starting off, I'll kind of reiterate this for you guys, is you guys will understand very quickly, if you only trade what you're good at, you will not have many opportunities, because when you guys are new, you guys aren't good at much. So you guys have to keep practicing, and it's like a video game. You have to unlock a new level. You have to unlock a new way to make money. And then you have to be disciplined enough to control yourself to say, hey, I know I shouldn't do this. Even when it loses you money, you're like, oh, I knew I should have bought an Apple. Look at it tear up in the world. If you don't follow your own plan, you're only going to be cheating yourself, and it's going to hurt you a lot down the road. But yeah, so hopefully that helps you out. YouTube videos and stock chart dummies and trading for dummies, they're great starting points. Great starting books. Those are my starting points. And then I was in the YouTube videos. If you want to learn more about how to do a double top or a Head and Shoulders, there's tons of videos about how to do those. Every single pattern, there's a video on it on YouTube. Some videos are better than others, but they're all over the place if you want to learn how to use them. Just make sure you understand stop loss, risk management, all the good stuff. Risk management is going to be huge for a lot of you guys. We talk about it a little bit here, but you just want to make sure you're not putting too much money into the market. You guys want to make sure that if you guys have $100 in your account, don't have more than $20 in your account, $20 in the market at any given time. It's kind of weird to say it like that, but you guys want to make sure you guys have a steady amount of cash, and otherwise you guys are gambling. What is a hedge fund? A hedge fund is basically, I'm trying to explain it if you don't know what a hedge fund is. So basically, it's a business where their entire business model is making money for their specific clients. So I don't know if you've ever watched the show Billions. It's a business that makes money for their clients. Let's say I start up this hedge fund. I have a bunch of money. All these people give me more money, and I put that money into the market to make all those people money. That's the only job a hedge fund has. Maybe they invest in other types of projects, like startups and things of that nature. That's kind of beside the point. They usually make money by putting into the market and choosing the right plays and doing their trades and making money for their customers, who are usually high net worth individuals. It's simple, but it's kind of a New York thing. A lot of the hedge funds around the world around America are in New York. I don't even know if there's any in Seattle. I think there is, but I don't look at them. Let's see. And hey, Mr. Pepin, love your stuff. Keep doing you. I appreciate that a lot, guys. I know I'm standing up today. It's been a long one. Let's see. Oh, and Bideford says, technical analysis for dummies is an excellent 2 when starting out. That is an excellent one right there as well. I'm just trying to think of how much it costs. Normally, what I would say is when you want to buy those books, you can usually find them for a pretty good deal. Oh, my stream was spinning for a little bit. I hope that's nothing bad right there, but oh well. But yeah, there's tons of great books out there. I used to get all of mine from Borders bookstores before they all closed down. When I used to fly a lot for a living with work, and so whenever I'd go visit another place, whether it's Philadelphia, I used to go to Boston a lot, Florida every now and again. I would find my local bookshop, find a trading book, read it on the plane ride back, or when I was taking the train to work every day, I'd be just reading in the train. Find something you could read on a daily basis. It doesn't have to be a lot. Try to go through half of a chapter to a chapter a day and see how it works out for you. But much better to start practicing and paper trading now. Because, guys, we're going to be in a bad market for a while. We haven't even technically hit the recession mark yet, which I think is coming Thursday after all. But recessions usually take about a year to a year and a half to recover from. So use this time that you guys have to practice and try to become as full time as you guys can be, knowing that when the market does turn around in the future, when we start looking for more breakouts rather than more breakdowns, you guys are going to find easy ways to make money. Now, this can be something like crypto. This can be something like stocks. This can be something like the options market. Here, we'll go back to crypto in a second. It's trying to make a move here. My channel. For those of you guys that have been here for a while, when things are good, I am never shy about telling you guys every single way you guys can make money here. But what we do is, there's a lot of member videos in here because I have to post them a certain way. But keep scrolling down, keep scrolling down. Keep scrolling down, keep scrolling down, keep scrolling down, keep scrolling down. Let's see some memes. I gotta post more memes. So, I'll give you guys a whole bunch of plays. I'll tell you guys live, like, hey, check this breakout out, CVS, EIX. And don't ever look at the profits when I kind of show you guys stuff here. The profits aren't really what matters. What matters is the percentage increase. Then you guys can see how much you invest in, that's how much a percentage increase you guys would see back, or how much a return, right? So don't worry about the amounts of money. Look at the percentage increases. And then what I do is I keep track of all these trades so we can see how they do. Some aren't always good. Wow, right? I'm not a perfect guy. But you can see, 140% up. You can see which ones we put more money in, obviously. But, it's a way to make money. Now 25, up, whatever. You can see still so far for the day, still somehow up $420, even with all these negatives in here. Some of these were down actually for the day, but still overall up. Okay, that's what it was. But yeah, some are down, some are up. Oh, there's no percentage here. Maybe I can go down a little bit more. I want hunting there. Breakout. Some of you guys showing me some option stuff. Oh, I don't know if I have any more here, guys. I don't know. We've done some live trading here as well. I mean, what is this, Apple? Those ALB calls I gave you over the weekend are up 440%. So ALB, so I give you guys some plays. Whether you guys take them or not, it's always up to you guys. But usually when the bull market hits, I do my best to kind of help you guys make as much money as possible. Some plays don't work out. Some plays are absolutely fantastic. But, I mean, usually I would assume that you guys find a way to make a profit off of them. The point is, we start talking about scale out levels, managing your risk, not going too heavy in there, because if I give you guys a couple good plays, then all of a sudden you think, oh, I can put all of my money in his next play because it'll work out. That's not how I roll. But yeah, so, things like this, thank you, up big today, so I try to help you guys out as much as possible. But, baby steps, do the hard work up front. This is the time to do the hard work, because guess what? Do you want to be working this hard when the market's really bullish and all of a sudden all you have to do is buy every breakout? How many people hop into a market and don't even know what a breakout is? Don't be like those people. We all are that person in the beginning, but you don't want to become that person the second bull market around, right? And hey, Adam, is technical analysis for dummies any good? I'm wasting too much time letting my money idle on Binance, not doing anything because I can't do TA. Yes, it is good. I would pair that with a couple other videos from the dummies section. You just buy them whenever you have a free moment. You don't have to buy them all at once. I know some of them can be expensive. And then you want to mesh those in with just YouTube videos. So if you kind of have a visual representation, sometimes when I read something out of a book, I don't understand clearly what they're talking about. So if I have a question, I can therefore go over to YouTube and they can apply it in a more practical sense, right? And then the next thing you do after you kind of have those ideas and you kind of have an understanding of what's going on, then what you got to do is you got to start paper trading. And then you kind of figure out, well, I did what the book said, and I did it what the YouTube video said, but it still wasn't making me money. And then you got to kind of question, what went wrong here? And then once you find it out, you can try to shift it. Sometimes it's not even your fault. Sometimes it's just the market being the market, and the market does some really aggressive moves if some really bad news happens. That's why on my trading journal, I literally have a section called notes. So whenever anything really bad happens that I wasn't expecting, I'll write it down to say the technicals were fine. Maybe there was something wrong. Go back and check it out later at the end of the month when I do my daily, my monthly checkup. You get what I'm saying. Or I can just say, it was bad news that came out. Russia invaded Ukraine. I should have known to be going long when there was an imminent invasion, right? Stuff like that. Now, we all shorted the invasion because we saw it was coming and it made us a really good amount of money as far as shorting SPY was concerned. But, It's don't worry about leaving your money idle somewhere as long as it's not because if you technically don't know much about technical analysis and you try to trade, well, guess what, your account balance would most likely go down as you try to learn using your real capital. What I would suggest is, I mean, if you want to do it for free, everything for free, TradingView is free. I mean, it has paid parts of it as well. I just redid my yearly subscription for them as well. It was like $500 for the year, $400 for the year, something like that. I get the premium product here. But what you can do is, if I open this up right here on the bottom right hand side of the screen, right here, they have something called paper trading by TradingView. And what that allows you to do is actually just paper trade, which means you're not spending your own capital. Why not just paper trade off of TradingView for now? You don't have to use leverage if you don't want to, but they have leverage available if you want to use it. And then from there, you can set the amount of money you have in your account, I believe. So set it to like maybe 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, whatever you have, and just start trading with it, practicing some of those patterns out. And over time, you guys, you'll start to compile that data and see what you're good at, what you're bad at. But just, spend the time to learn how to do it. It's going to take time. It took me a year and a half to learn how to trade. I had a full-time job, guys. And it was a manager position at a downtown Seattle company. By no means did I just have extra free time to just be learning how to trade. An hour train ride to work, that's when I studied. An hour train ride back from work, that's when I studied. No other time in my day did I really pay attention to the stock market, the crypto markets, nothing. I didn't have time. I was working. When you're salary, you don't get to just go home and just live your life. You got to like, hey, Michael, somebody's not keeping up. Can you have a talk with them? Hey, Michael, we need you to kind of work out a meeting tomorrow. Oh, can you do this? Hey, Michael, are you available to go to Oregon next week? We know it's a few hour drive, but we'll pay you double, right? They didn't say double. They just pay me basically a little bonus salary thing plus mileage reimbursement times 2. I was hard to get to move around to different places. Even though I like traveling a little bit, I made sure they paid me top dollar to travel. You got to negotiate everything in those contracts. But yeah, remember, I even got my cell phone stipend from them. So I had like 2 phones. It was beautiful. I miss having 2 phones. I think I need to have another one now for like YouTube work, because I can get more and more calls from people wanting me to advertise. But give yourself some time with it. Don't feel like you have to rush. The market's not going anywhere. We're just about to have a formal recession, guys, and it usually takes us about a year to get out of it. And if the recession starts like now, that takes about a year and a half. If the recession you want to go off of January, we still have like a year left to learn. So just, take your time. There's no rush, my man. There's no rush. If you feel like you're in a rush, don't. The market's going to be here. The market's going to go up and down and all around. There'll be plays you miss, but guess what? Why miss plays you're already going to do poorly on in the first place? That's what most people do in the first place, right? They trade it when they know they shouldn't. They buy high, sell low, rinse and repeat, and then they short low, sell high. It happens all the time. I have one friend that I helped get him into trading where he kind of supplements his job income now, and I told him something really funny to do when he first started off. I was like, you're going to have a whole bunch of bad impulses when you first start to trade. Just do the opposite of whatever you're thinking and you'll make money. And he did. Now, I had to get him out of that habit really fast. He started learning about patterns and breakouts and technicals and earnings reports and some of the more fundamental things of the stock market. But, people really just don't do well when they first start off in the market, unless it's in a complete bull market, in which case you just buy, hold, and make easy money. This is not a buy easy money moment right now. I wish it was, guys. I wish. Let's see. Hey, D's 2.0. Fun. If I may, I would recommend Traders Reality as a great trading resource on YouTube. Not affiliated with him in any way. Well, there you guys go as well. There's another channel right there for you guys. MSTR is a great proxy for options. Oh, there you guys go too. See, there's tons of opportunities for you guys to learn. It just takes a lot of time, and granted, a lot of videos may seem overwhelming until you guys can kind of get a grasp of what exactly is going on, which is why those books are so helpful, because they really do help you guys understand some of those basics. And hey, Robbie, thank you very much for the super chat, my man. Let me see. What do I think about micro caps on BSC? Let me see what this is. What is BSC? Do you want me to do technical analysis on the coin? Let me know what BSC is, then I'll do the technical analysis. Or if you want me to talk about the website or the exchange or what it is. Let me dive in here. So let me know, because I'll be happy to answer it. But oh yeah, there's too many of them. Let me know which one of these it is for the BSC. And then as far as microcaps on it, I don't know exactly what that is. As far as microcaps are concerned, I'll still answer your question here. Just let me know what you mean, Robbie. As far as microcaps are concerned, I like investing in YOLO microcaps. I do it all the time. I just invest anywhere from $10 to $50, really nothing more. And to me, a microcap is something under about $50 million, so it's like really, really tiny. And then from there, I just buy it and I just leave it. Sometimes they're in my MetaMask wallet. Sometimes they're in, just some of the wallet apps there, like a Uniswap, something like that. And I just buy it and leave it. And I just wait to see what happens with it. I don't touch it. If it pops, I don't touch it. If it drops, I don't touch it. I have a lot of microcap coins that are zero right now. A lot that are zero. And that I bring that to the fact that, hey, it's the same to me as pulling the slot machine. Pulling the slot machine, that's what a microcap is. No matter what their project is, no matter if they have a good idea, until they start getting funding, until they start getting a marketing team together, it doesn't really go anywhere. But let me know, Robbie, what exactly you're talking about, because I wanted to check out what BSC is, because it doesn't sound like you're asking for technical analysis on the coin, but it looks like you're asking something more about microcaps on a specific exchange or maybe an app or something like that. See. Yeah, but Robbie, let me know, because I'll be waiting for your comment, my man. And I thank you again for the super chat. Um, what's right here? I don't know how to take entry and short and when to exit. That's everything you're going to have to read in books, and you're going to do trial and error, trading journals, practice, practice, practice. I can't just teach you guys how to trade within like a 5-minute period of time. It takes months, guys. I truly wish I could help you easily explain to you how to trade in a short amount of time. It's just not that easy because everything is so different. You're going to have to be relying on a whole bunch of different factors, not just, maybe what Bitcoin's doing, you have to do about trend lines, Fibonacci levels, moving averages, oscillators, RSIs, MACDs if you want to do those, news in the market. This week is going to be very, very volatile. So if you guys aren't used to trading in very volatile environments, this is not going to be a fun week for you guys, because you guys could buy 1 minute, your strategy could be good, but before your strategy works out and you make a few bucks, it may crash, then pop out of nowhere, and you'll be like, what the heck happened? That's the volatility we're talking about, and that's where you got to be a little bit more careful. So this week, I'm putting more money up front for the trades, but less leverage to mitigate some of those kind of wild moves, so I don't have to worry about any liquidations coming my way. See, hey, One Shot GT, happy to see you back. Cover Coinbase news. What is going on with Coinbase here? I don't know if there's any more news about it. Hold on. Coinbase. No, not sign into Coinbase. I don't even use Coinbase anymore. Coinbase news. There you go. Oh, okay. Bloomberg. Okay, thank you. I did not even know this was new. Coinbase faces SEC investigation over cryptocurrency listings. Regulator probing whether firm offered unregistered securities. I mean, what is the SEC's? I mean, I can't read this whole thing because Bloomberg is a paid site. But guys, does the SEC even realize, or do they even what's the word? Not realize, but do they even think of crypto as securities? I don't know what their thought process is over it. Let me see if I can find some news. Market Watch. I don't think it costs money. Yeah, there you go. The SEC is reportedly investigating Coinbase Global Inc. over whether it's allowed the trading of unregistered securities. Bloomberg News reported late Monday that regulatory scrutiny has increased since Coinbase expanded the number of digital tokens it offers for trading. The report said that investigation predates a separate probe into alleged insider trading in which a former Coinbase manager was charged last week. So this just happened a few minutes ago, guys. The same basic issue appears to be at the root of both cases. The SEC claims that some cryptocurrencies offered by Coinbase are securities, while the company says they are not. Last week, the SEC claimed 9 digital assets traded by Coinbase are actually securities. Wait, what? The SEC is kind of being weird here. So I don't exactly know how a court would handle this, but this is not going to be good for Coinbase. Another red flag here to kind of go by the affiliate marketing debacle that they're currently facing. So that's 2 red flags there. I don't know if you guys need 3 or 4 before you start saying I need to move my money out of Coinbase, but this is something pretty interesting. I don't know how the SEC can say some things are securities and some things are not securities. Crypto is either security or it's not a security. if they're going to try to be arbitrary about how they approach different coins, I don't know if the judges and the court system is going to allow that to play out, because they're going to have to say, SEC, what is your definition of a security? And does the government have the same definition? And does Wall Street have the same definition as well? Like, the corporate side of things. If all these things are not defined, that means the judge is going to say, well, how would they know they're trading securities, because it doesn't meet the government's definition of a security? And how can you say Bitcoin's a security, but STMX isn't a security? How can you say Ethereum is a security and Dogecoin isn't a security? I don't know, but this doesn't look like it's a very good look for the SEC. It's not a good move it's not a good look for Coinbase at all. But the SEC is coming off as very arbitrary right now, and I just don't know if they're going to be able to win this case here. I don't think they're going to be able to. It may be a thorn in Coinbase's side, but I don't think it's going to really damage them too much. I mean, maybe if Bitcoin drops, maybe it'll be like an extra little, like a flag, like I said, but the SEC comes off as being jerks, and just like it feels like the SEC is coming off as somebody who wants to represent getting rid of crypto. And crypto's not going away, anybody. It's not gonna go away. So I think the SEC looks foolish for doing this, but I think Coinbase is still going to be somewhat damaged, I guess, a little bit here, just because of the bad news, the bad press that's going to be coming out tomorrow morning. It's going to be massive. Let's see. And hey, Robbie, BSC is a Binance Smart Chain, and you can use PancakeSwap to buy microcaps on it. Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about there. So it's a Binance Smart Chain. You can use PancakeSwap to use it. So, I mean, as long as it works, and this is the caveat here, as long as the fees are not too great, as long as the fees are not too much, I would encourage you guys to, every now and again, to have some fun and buy some random microcaps. You have to buy something you're passionate about. Go hop into the Telegram servers. Usually these coins start off on, Telegram. Never invest more than a few bucks into these coins, though. Maybe, if the fees are obviously going to be a little bit cheaper now since we're not in a bull market. But if you guys want to put like anywhere from $10 to $50 into one of these coins, just leave it for like years. That's usually what I do in these times. I would say go for it. I just want you to understand that when you buy you buy microcaps, they're usually extremely high risk plays that can bring you extreme amounts of money. Okay, so we're talking about like 50,000% profits if you guys are lucky, like extreme profits. More likely than not, you will lose money by investing in them. But if you can get lucky, it justifies all the fun YOLO times. And that's why I say it's the same as getting into a casino. So by all means, it sounds like it's fine to me. It sounds perfectly well. It seems like there's no bad ill will there. It seems like on the Binance chain, Bitcoin chain, Binance Smart Chain, seems like it'd be perfectly fine. I think it's a good idea. Maybe I'll test it out over the next few days here. But basically, here... let's say you guys put 20 bucks into something, any microcap coin, and the increase is 50,000%. That 20 bucks turned into $10,000. That's the crazy thing that can happen in microcaps, okay? Now, maybe most of you guys might do something more to the effect of $50, and maybe you just expect something like 20,000 if you're really lucky off of it. That 50 bucks still turns into like $10,000, same type of move right there, right? Or maybe it just goes to 5,000%. Still that 50 bucks turned into 25.50. That's still a great amount. That's what you want to see happen from some of those microcaps. But usually if you hold on long enough from microcap and it really does good and the project is solid, you've done your research, then that's where you get those 50,000 and you can really make a lot of money off of a little bit of money. But the danger here is that you see, oh my gosh, 50,000% profit off of a microcap that this guy held for like maybe 4 or 5 years of holding. And you're like, oh, maybe if I put 500 bucks into it, man, it'll make me $250,000. You got to be careful because chances are this is going to lose you money anyway. So that's why you put in a bunch of coins at a very low amount of money. So you're spreading out the risk and you're spreading out the rewards basically to make sure that you at least walk away with some type of good money here. And hey, One Shot, thank you very much for the super chat, my man. I really, really do appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever, One Shot. Happy to see you back, my man. Oh, and hey, Michael. Hey, Bideford. Hope you're doing well. Mike, isn't it really better to wait on alts? We all know we're probably going to be 13 to 16 region. Let's see. Like AMP is one of them. You can get AMP on any exchange. What are you talking about as far as, isn't it really better to wait on alts? Oh, you're talking about buying alts? Yeah. If you're dollar cost averaging, you can still wait to be buying in. Yeah. Remember, I told you guys a few days ago, I've already paused, or a week ago now, I paused really buying dollar cost averaging unless I see a coin that I really want to like or find a coin that I still need to kind of build up to the level I want it to be in as far as my wallets are concerned. But yeah, I've kind of paused off on buying a lot of altcoins right now for long term holds because I know that we're going to be coming back down later. But there are still coins out there that I'm still buying up a little bit every week. But yeah, I'm still buying some. But for the majority of you guys don't have to rush in any coins right now. No, no. I think what's going on, Michael, is remember there was a lot of people last week as we were popping up saying that we found the bottom. And I think people are kind of worried that they're going to miss out because they didn't have enough time to buy, right? If you've been listening to my channel, I told you guys are going to have months and months and months, maybe even a year of nice dollar cost averaging before we actually start to see some really major moves coming up. What did I say? Maybe, August, we might start to see maybe more of a leveling. Maybe more September, we start to see more of a leveling. Maybe Q3, Q4. And then maybe Q1 of next year, we start to see more of a robust move on the upward side. We're trying to figure out if we can see the end of the tunnel, like I was talking to you guys about last week. But Michael, yeah, I would agree there. Most of you guys, if you guys are buying long term, probably best to wait a little bit longer. But if you're day trading, you guys will still find opportunities to day trade. Right now, it seems like it's definitely a shorter's market right here, but we're going to be relying heavily on what the Nasdaq does tomorrow. If we can have some good earnings, maybe Apple comes out with some really good earnings. Or I don't know. What are the earnings this week? Oh, not this week. Oh, Loki's taking a nap. So we want to go for Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Google. That's going to be a big one here. But 3M, Albertsons. That's out by me. We're going to find out how these companies are doing and what Spirit Airlines. Airlines are going to be important here. I mean, it's just Spirit, but still earnings. McDonald's, MSCI, Jupiter Networks is going to be big. IDEX is going to be big. General Motors. General Motors and General Electric guys are, I would say General Electric more. They are very important companies that really do make a whole bunch of stuff. I know they split off, but they're still important. Visa. Visa is going to be a big one. Visa keeps records of every time you swipe your card, same with MasterCard. They're going to let you know if you're spending less money, more money. And if people are spending less money, this is not good, right? And Wednesday we come out with Facebook. So there's just so much tech to come around, guys. So if Google's earnings aren't that good, which I expect they're not going to be because a lot of the way Google makes money, YouTube is part of Google, is through advertising. Companies go there, set up an advertising campaign and say, hey, I want my business to be seen by 100,000 people in the Seattle area between the ages of 25, 35 with interest in cakes or sweet treats or whatever, vegan treats, who knows. But let's say that company is like, crime is so bad, I'm thinking of closing my business. I don't really feel enthusiastic about getting more people around. I'm not saying they were saying this, but just justification. Maybe I will, just hold off on my marketing campaign, or my window got broken in. I got to pay the premium on my insurance. I can't pay for the marketing campaign this month. Something like that. Or I'm afraid, the economy is going sour. I don't want to waste money right now. I want to hunker down and save my money for the, good stuff. They won't be spending as much money on Google, on AdSense, and that will, that'll show up in earnings. That means Google will make less money. That'll be bad for their earnings report, and that will be bad for the entire market, Bitcoin included, of course. It's right here. Hey, one shot. I have a lot of money in Coinbase. Crazy. Yeah, just be careful with it. My fear here is with Coinbase. I know we're talking about the two red flags, but if the SEC goes on a fishing expedition, who knows what they may find? Who knows? You don't want to open up your doors for regulators to come in and sniff it because usually every company has a little bit of dark secrets in the closet they don't want to get seen. So, if the SEC is snooping around with a flashlight, who knows what they may find. And if they find some bad stuff, you may see a run on their exchange. And I think we've already seen a little bit of run on their exchange, just a little bit, as people kind of freaked out about the affiliate marketing thing. I think overall they're fine, but what happens when Bitcoin goes to 15,000? What happens when Bitcoin goes to 12,000? What happens if it goes to freaking 8,000? Who knows? That's the issue here. And I like the Superman, man. I love those little stickers. They make my day. I appreciate it, my man. And hey, discount, am I in any leverage plays right now? Just short Bitcoin. Just short Bitcoin. That's about it. I opened it up over the weekend to see if I could like bring it down a little bit. I closed out a portion of it actually here. I thought, oh man, we're going to be bouncing back up. I'll see what happens. So I kind of shut out most of it right here. It came up, came back down. I'd be making more money, obviously, but I'm not really in much. I have some longer term shorts, but those are shorts I opened up months ago, like in quarter one, where I was like, oh, short, we're going to be coming back down for a few weeks or so. Let me just start shorting more and more and more, right? And those are up maybe like they're low leverage, large position shorts. So they're like up maybe like 30-40% at this point in time. So they're making me money, but they're not making me like large leverage position money, if that makes sense. But Bitcoin and Ethereum are usually what I prefer to day trade or swing trade. Usually those two. If I'm feeling more passionate about something, it'll usually be something that's kind of boomed up a little bit. I did a day trade today off of FTM because it was like just crashing. But if I was to tell you guys something I'd be interested in shorting now or over the next few days, Ethereum Classic is going to be one. A low leverage long short for Ethereum Classic is, it can just pop up at any moment. I don't want to be liquidated as it kind of blows up. So Ethereum Classic, and the other one here is probably going to be Sand. I think Sand can go well back below $1 here. And the other one that we were talking about a while ago is Matic. I think Matic can obviously come down a little bit more as well here. And hey, Meta, yeah, guys, please, if you guys haven't already, please make to subscribe, like. I appreciate it all. Thank you guys very, very much, man. I really do appreciate it. And hey, Robbie, thanks again for the super chat. Like, I really do appreciate that, Robbie. Let me know if you have any more questions. I'm always happy to help you out. I found this new microcap on Binance Smart Chain called Gidget Inu. The community is dope. Check out the chart if you have time. Is it on TradingView? Let me see. If you can tell me the ticker for it, that'd be awesome. Good. Okay, it's not on here. Let me try it out though. Maybe I can find it on CoinMarketCap. Bitcoin's still kind of teetering, guys. We'll check it back in a second. Let's see. Gidget. Whenever I hear this name, Gid. It's not on CoinMarketCap.com. Hold on. Gidget Crypto? Crypto Kitties? Oh, Homix. Let me go here. There we go. Gidget, oh, geez, yeah, it's up 362% today. It is getting a nice pump, guys. Remember, guys, these are very high-risk plays, but it just got put up today. It looks like it's already pumping up. That's a nice move here. Now, it definitely needs to have some, like a 5-minute, 15-minute chart, but I guess this is just kind of a cheaper site, I guess. It's pumping. That's a good move here. I wish I had more data here. Last hour, it's up 9%. So if you guys like the micro caps and you guys are okay with pump and dump until you see the really big pump a few years later, this looks like it could be something for you guys if you guys wanted to have some fun with it. I don't need to subscribe to any of this stuff, but let's see. And it's around $1. It's not too bad. I wish it was under a penny, of course, but that's just me. Oh yeah, it's pumped up 90 cents since then. in the last 24 hours, looks like. So I mean, this thing has definitely been having a big day, my man. Big day. It looks like you've been in it for a minute, so congrats on those nice gains. Let's see. Nice meta crypto Dean been. Oh, well, that's not me. Oh, hey Puma, happy to see you guys back. Let's see. I'm 4 hours Lakewood, Long Beach. If you end up Vegas, prime up on me. Ooh, that sounds good. I've been to Vegas in a while. The only reason I don't like Vegas, I love Vegas for a multitude of reasons. The only reason I don't like Vegas is because whenever I go to the get money out of the ATM, I usually stay at the Palazzo. They usually charge me like $20 for the fee to get my cash out. I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna take an Uber, pay $30, and go get like my $1,000 out of my Chase Bank. Not gonna deal with that. I love Vegas though. I love all the tutti frutti frozen drinks they have because I usually go there when it's hot. I go there usually every year for March Madness. I've been there in 2 years because of freaking COVID, but I absolutely love March Madness in Vegas. It's amazing because I get the jacuzzi tub, so I'm in my jacuzzi tub. They have the TV in the bathroom in my suite, and I'm just watching basketball while in my jacuzzi tub, watching the golf course at the win, and it's a nice time. It's a nice time. Right on Coinbase came out the other day with insider trading, and now SEC makes you question. Exactly, one shot. That's the big question mark. That's 2 red flags in like 2 weeks. I don't, I don't want my money to be in any sort of perceived danger because when you're in a bear market like this, if Bitcoin really does start to tank this week with really bad earnings, guess what? There may be a run on some of these larger apps in the future. Now, Robinhood I think is safe because they don't have any problems from what I've seen. what's the other one here? Webull. I think they're going to be fine because Webull, I think, still has a majority stock, same as Robinhood. But stuff like Coinbase, they're all crypto. If they lose their license if they lose their license to operate in America because they've been found of fraud or they have some skeletons in their closet by SEC probe going in there, you know what I mean? Like that's the heck is in this? That's that's where you got to be just a little bit fearful there, right? Now, I don't think they're having any problems right now, but if for whatever reason there's some news or there's a leak that comes out, then I would seriously start thinking of saying, do I really want to keep my money in Coinbase? For now, there's 2 red flags: affiliate debacle and insider trading. And now, this is kind of a 3rd red flag, I guess, too, with the SEC going after, talking about securities and stuff like that. I'm just not entirely sure if this is going to hold up in court if the SEC really tries to go this way, because it seems like they're trying to be arbitrary and label certain coins securities and other coins not securities. To me, every coin and token is a security, but I'm just me. So we're going to figure out if there's a legitimate definition, because as far as I know, has the government actually made some bills, enough bills to really hammer down what a security is when it comes to cryptocurrency? Because I don't think it's possible for the SEC to say, hey, Bitcoin's a security, but Ethereum isn't. Dogecoin is a security, but Luna isn't. They're going to have to be able to justify that in court. And a lot of judges, they don't give the leeway to the SEC because the SEC is full of weirdos. Oh, man. Why all the ending in Inu coins? It's the fad, dude. It's the trend. It's the trend. It's the trend. It's the trend. Shiba Inu really took off there. Dogecoin was, remember, Shiba Inu was pegged as the Dogecoin killer. And somehow, guys, Shiba and Dogecoin are both still amazingly high market caps. Now, Shiba's crashed off a lot more than Dogecoin, obviously, but still, very large market caps. It's just the name. They're hoping that it gets pumped up in the future. And it's just kind of what's popular. They're chasing the fad, man. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But no matter what the coin is, it has to... you have to dive deep into it and see, does it have a good marketing team? Or have the people that work on this project, have they worked on other successful projects? Stuff like that. You buy in at the bottom when they're micro or small cap, like, 500 million below, or if you're lucky, 50 million or below, if you really want to take that risk. And then you just hold on and watch the project. Give them some shout outs if you guys can online. Like, oh yeah, I'm part of this project. Yeah. But most of you guys don't do that because we're all self-conscious, right? So what instead you guys may do is just kind of like their post on Twitter, make sure they're liking it. You get into the Telegram vibe. If you guys don't have Telegram, and you guys should get it, because a lot of microcap coins that you guys may be interested in the future, whether you guys like them or not, or even small coins, a lot of news is shared on Telegram these days, and I'm so surprised. Like, I've had friends I haven't talked to in years, all of a sudden I'm like, this person popped up on Telegram. They're like, oh, hey, Michael, it's like, we haven't talked in 5 years. Why do you have a Telegram? I just say for work because I use it for work a lot. But they're like, oh, yeah, I was interested in this crypto coin, and I saw they're only on Telegram if they have their news outlet there. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. The conversation drifts off, of course. But, it's important that you guys get Telegram if you guys want to. Otherwise, Discord groups, YouTube channels, Facebook groups, Twitter. Just follow one of those socials, kind of see the vibe. If they have a good following, you should be okay. Twitter is usually not as reliable, though, because they can easily just buy bots. Sorry to snort, but I've been through some of these Telegrams. I've talked to a lot of these people at the ground level. A lot of them use bots at the bottom. Just so they can get the initial hype. If you guys were looking at a microcap coin, you went over to the Twitter page and you saw they only had 50 followers, you might be like, I don't want to do that. But, I don't want to buy that. But if you see they have 20, 30,000 followers and they're just a 500,000 to $1 million market cap coin, they're like, I can pop $50 in that, no worries. So, give it some time, look at the comments, make sure they're real people behind them, and you'll be fine. And hey, Alan, I'm happy to see you back. And hey, Justin, so what do you think? We're coming down to the base of the data from Feds. Yeah, that's a little bit of a downward move. So I think some of the things that are bringing us down right now primarily are just some of the bad earnings that we saw come out. I think I still have it up here. Do I have it right here? Yeah. So Walmart cuts profit outlook as inflation forces shoppers to spend more on necessities. And basically, we'll go back to Bitcoin here as I explain this to you guys again. I think it's very important you guys understand what's happening here because it's not all doom and gloom. It's just doom with a sprinkle of gloom. So there's a lot of companies right now that sell luxury goods and necessities. Walmart's one of them. Target's another one. All of your grocery stores, some of the big market stores, they all have the same problem. A lot of us around the world, we don't have as much money to spend because of inflation. All of the cost of goods keeps on going up due to inflation, whatever you want to call it. Supply chain issues, Putin war, some policies by the administration. They're all somewhat of a factor here because of gas prices, stuff like that, okay? So the way a lot of these stores make money, right? Amazon's a big one. There you go, Amazon. The way a lot of these stores make money is they have luxury goods. Like, let's just use Walmart as an example again. If you buy a TV from Walmart, that's a luxury good. They may make about $100 profit off of that one TV for you buying it, okay? Whereas if you buy, like a deli meat, let's just say you buy a pound of smoked ham, they may make 50 cents profit off of that, okay? Or even a shirt, they still make around like $5 profit, $2. Let's even just say $2 profit. Let's just say that, okay? They make more profit off of the luxury item than they do the necessity item. Well, what's happening now is that the person that has a smaller wallet because of inflation, they're spending more on gas, they're spending more on all this other stuff. Well, now they realize, well, I'm not going to buy this higher this T-shirt, this TV that usually would give Walmart more profit, that's a higher margin. They're going to say, well, I'm just going to have to buy more necessities. I'm going to have to buy necessities. All right? And what that does is, even though they're going to be buying necessities at Walmart, their overall profit is going to shrink because they're not going to be selling some of those higher margined goods. And another kind of interesting fact is Walmart in particular sees more people shopping at Walmart because they know they have the lowest price goods. So if like, let's say inflation was chewing me out, I can no longer shop at Whole Foods or Trader Joe's or Safeway, which I normally shop at, one of those three stores, right? That means I would have to stop shopping there, and because I can only afford to shop at Walmart and get the lower cost goods, I will therefore move my purchasing power over to Walmart, right? So Walmart's seeing that happen right now, and they're even expecting more people. I think that they had their forecast was like 4% growth. It's actually going to be somewhere like a 6%, which is fantastic. But of course, they're still going to be making less money because they're going to be selling less higher margin goods. And to say this frankly, all these other companies are eyeballing that with the eyeball emoji saying, hey, this is really, really bad. That means Amazon should be going down. That means Target should be going down. That means all the grocery stores should be going down. That means the Bass Pro Sports shops or whatever, they should all be going down because of that. If you have a luxury item or a luxury good, that means you're most likely not going to be selling as many of those goods, which kind of makes obvious sense, but you're now starting to see it in action, which is going to be, just rough to see. That's why the market's having such a bad tissy fit right now. Let's see. Oh, hey, Hector, they're happy to see you back. And hey, discount, Robinhood doesn't have a stop loss on crypto. It is the number one reason why you should not trade crypto on Robinhood. I just, no. If you want to do Robinhood, I guess you could do long-term holding on Robinhood because I know a lot of people that like Robinhood do long-term trading on it. But guys, I will never say day trade or swing trade on Robinhood because eventually, you guys have to go to sleep. And when you go to sleep, if you don't have a stop loss set up, Bitcoin could crash when you're sleeping. Heck, Bitcoin is down a bunch over the last few hours, of course. Imagine if you're on the other side of the world and you're sleeping right now. You guys are going to get woken up with no stop loss if you guys are using Robinhood and be like, what the crap? Like, what the hell? So don't, why lose money when you don't have to? There's no legitimate reason why an exchange in 2022 should not have stop losses for crypto. There is no reason whatsoever. Now, the beauty of it is a lot of these other exchanges, they have the beauty of you actually having futures trading. And that's what kind of helps them all out, be able to kind of go on that loophole, because There are tons of exchanges out there that don't have stop losses, but most of you guys, when you buy crypto without uh, like spot trading, you guys are normally spotting it, you're doing the spot trading so you can move it off to another wallet or hold it for long term. Whereas if you guys are futures trading, you guys can have 2x leverage, 1x leverage, 10x leverage, whatever, and then you guys have the ability to set up a stop loss there. Like if you're going through BitGet, KuCoin, Femex, all those bad boys, you guys can find that, an easy way to make money on those, but or an easy way to save money by having a stop loss, easy way to save money. I'm bringing my own water, Lake Mead, and Little Low. I always bring my own water, though. Sucks what's going on with Lake Mead and Powell. Oh, I've heard about it a little bit, though, about the water going down. Yeah, it's kind of sad. I don't know how they get those water levels back up because I just think it's like droughts and more droughts and more droughts. I'm surprised we don't even have that many forest fires just yet. Maybe in August they'll really start ripping off here. Let's see. And hey, Uniswap. Let me take a look at Uniswap here. Go for KuCoins, I guess. So this one looks like it wants to break down below the 20-day moving average here pretty soon. So I'd watch out because as soon as it breaks down, it's most likely going to be creeping back down here to at least $6, which will be a pretty big move downwards. I didn't already break down too. Well, let me double check this. No, okay. We'll go off with this bounce here. It already broke down from the other one, but that was more of a fake out by Bitcoin. 4-hour chart. Already had the death cross here. It's curling back down. This looks very bearish compared to anything else I've been seeing over the past few days. Just as bearish. Let me show this right here though. Let me make this more precise for you. There you go. Yeah, I'd say be careful. You may find a short-term bounce off of this, but if you have any longs, this is most likely going to be where you want to place that stop loss, or at least an alert to tell you that, hey, we're breaking down. Bad things are probably going to be happening. Let me go up to here to the 15-minute chart. Oh, yeah, look at this downward move over the last few hours. If it does start to break down, I think you will start to see a little bit more of an acceleration down to $6 or so. And from here, if you have it right now, to $6, that's a loss of about 11%. So just be aware of that. Maybe it might be worth shorting if you want to short this sucker down. I think you have a pretty good idea probably around 1 a.m. Pacific time because that's when pre-market opens up. And then the next few hours after that, you'll start to have early morning earnings reports. And you should start to see which way the market's going to go. So far, if we look at the market, where's my CNBC? There you go. The Dow is down, S&P, oh, these are futures, but down, down, down. Everything's down. Oil's up. So, we don't really have much good news coming out tonight. Maybe tomorrow we have some good earnings reports. That might help us out a little bit. You see some oil companies are doing pretty well as they reported their earnings because, of course, oil is doing fantastic this year. Oil companies are doing fantastic this year. But so far, it doesn't look too good. It looks like it's about to test support. Be careful as it approaches that support level here. There we go. All right. Trust me, Vegas, here we come. There we go. Um, Meta crypto, let it rip out, have fun in Vegas. Oh gosh, I do need to go to Vegas again. It's pretty crazy there, but I like the craziness of it. Hey Alan, do I think hedge funds pumped and dumped crypto for GME and AMC? No, I don't think they pumped crypto for GameStop and AMC. I think hedge funds pump up the markets or pump up specific coins when they see fit, but I think all within like kind of the gray legal bounds, if you will. Usually when I see hedge funds actually making moves, it's usually going after Bitcoin and Ethereum, though. They usually don't like to get sucked into some of those altcoins because altcoins can be pretty messy. I don't think they like to do that too much, especially with these. They're not entirely sure how the regulations for crypto right now because we haven't passed any laws about it, or enough laws about it. But I would say no. As far as GameStop and AMC are considered, I think they're more of a day trading type of stock, both of them. You could always swing trade them and stuff like that, but I usually would say for GameStop and AMC, they're more of day trading stocks for me. If you have a nice breakout on a long consolidation pattern, maybe you can swing trade GameStop, especially maybe AMC. But GameStop is usually better for options because it has it's like hundreds of dollars, I think, right now. So when they do that, I don't know if they have that split yet. But usually when you have that, you can make much more percentage-wise from you trading your options on it. And hey, Maris, happy to see you back. I am in a token and I made $30 to go to 700. Been doing a lot of token trades during the volatile market. Hey, Maris, congratulations. Hope you're making some really good money there, and it looks like you are. Let's see. Kayla just said a limit sell. That's your stop loss in Robinhood. Oh, there you go. Right there. Yep, for some reason I already knew that was you, Robert Dino, right on the Enjoy Vargas. Oh, there you go. What's right here? Do I think crypto in the past 3 years has been a good or bad overall for the world's economy? I think it's been good. So I think what's going on in today's world is kind of gonna be a little bit more of a philosophy thing. You know that money has been kind of being taken away from the poor and kind of given more to the rich and the wealthy, right? We've seen that wealth disparity. I think the people on the news keep on talking about it. And I think this gave an opportunity, at least for a few, to get in on some type of new market at the bottom level and kind of lift them up a little bit more. My thoughts on what's going to happen over the next 50, 100 years is I don't see governments getting any better with helping this disparity. I think you're most likely going to have a little bit more permanent social classes where you have maybe a pretty solidified poor class across the world. They're going to stay pretty poor for a while as, they're just going to stay poor. With slight mobility upward and downward, but it's going to be very, very hard for them to move up, like extremely hard for them to move up. You're going to have a little bit more of a lower middle class that's kind of there. They kind of do the more odd jobs that nobody likes to do, kind of like the immigrants you think of today. I used to do some of those odd jobs when I was growing up in the ghetto. But you're working minimum wage basically, but you're still working for a wage, right? Then I think after that you're going to have something more of like not so much of a pure middle class, but something more of an upper middle class that comes in the form of like you have a good job, you don't own a business, but you have a job, you do well, you get benefits. Maybe the company pays for your housing, or maybe the company gives you a stipend. Like they pay for some good amenities, right? And overall, you're very, very happy, and that makes the company happy because you're working your best. And then I think you're going to have the ultra wealthy class. There might be more influencers and stuff like that, like me up there in the upper middle class, but like traders and stuff like that. But they're going to have the upper class that just kind of stays upper class. And maybe you may see people from the upper middle class go up and down kind of a little bit every now and again. But I don't see the world governments really doing anything to help out the people at the bottom. So I think the pool at the bottom is just going to kind of keep on growing here until the point where you have like the riots and stuff like that, the kind of the revolutionary type stuff. Not like a French Revolution, but where people get riots. There's a forced change, and we'll see how all that goes out. But yeah, I don't think the world's going to get any better anytime soon. So I think crypto just gave people an opportunity to put their money in those markets. You're buying Apple in the 90s, at this point, right? Why? That should explain my thought process there. But for maybe energy and stuff like that, maybe it hasn't been so good for the environments. But does anybody really care about the environment these days? I don't think so. We all say we do, but we really actually do the hard work to do our little part? I don't think so, really, because we all realize that our little part is insignificant compared to another country or a corporation. How much they mess with the planet, right? So it's like, I don't see things getting any time better. That's why I'm moving to Nicaragua. I'm going to live like a king down there, get myself some, cleaning lady, a 24/7 maid. Loki's going to have like a whole family down there. Loki's my dog. He's going to have a whole family of pups down there with his little girlfriend, whatever I find her in one of those. The good stuff. But I don't want to, I don't want to have to worry about all that craziness coming down the pipeline, over the next decade or so. So I'm just going to chill out, take care of my family, relax, use my money how I want to use it, and just have a good time. That's what it's all about. See, and hey, Maris, I'm glad I was able to help you out. Very, very glad I was able to help you out. And that's the danger of it too. Accessible, yes. Let's see. The proletariat being punished. Um, and hey, one chat. So, Mike, what is your opinion on Bitcoin bottoming, or is it 1514? I think we're still headed lower. I still think we're heading lower, guys, especially since we're still seeing bad economic data coming out there. Maybe, I think we're going to see the bottom of Bitcoin sometime in Q3, I hope. Maybe in Q4 if the market, let's say the recession is like way worse than I anticipate. I think it's going to be more of a mild recession. But I think we'll find a bottom in Q3, and then from there we'll start to consolidate for a few days, maybe have a little bit of a big bump, kind of fake outs every now and again. But I'll still be dollar cost averaging through that entire time. Nobody's going to know exactly when the market bottom is, but I would suspect it's going to be somewhere below 15,000 at this point in time, just because inflation's not going down. If we saw inflation going down, guys, I'd be so much more optimistic about us having finding the bottom in August or September. Like very optimistic. But since inflation's kind of messing around, maybe I have to push that back to Q4 here. Maybe they're still doing rate hikes as the recession kind of hits. Because if they're still doing, Jerome Powell has said, if we are in a recession with high inflation, he will still increase rate hikes, still harming the middle classes and the lower classes, of course, which is just going to be horrible. But his main goal is to get inflation down. And he's already been locked in for another term, so he no longer has to answer to Biden. So, remember, one of the reasons that he kept on saying inflation was transitory is because he was up for his renomination from Biden, and he wanted Biden to be very happy with him. And that's one of the problems when it comes to the politics of the Federal Reserve. So, everything's intertwined right now. Oh, and Auto Banner Bonner says Coca-Cola and McDonald's big earnings tomorrow morning. Those are going to be huge as well. I haven't been at McDonald's for a while. I'm obviously on a diet. I don't know if you guys can see me right now. No, you guys can't see my big old plot belly. But what do you call it? Now I've been to McDonald's in a while. Technically, if I go to McDonald's, since I haven't been there in such a long time, I actually throw up if I eat McDonald's. I don't know exactly what it is. Maybe McDonald's is not good for you, but if I eat McDonald's now, I throw up because I haven't eaten it for such a long time. Same thing happened to my friend Brent, my friend's brother. But from the last time I heard, I was on Twitter. They said they no longer have dollar sodas or something like that, and I was like, are you kidding me? I think that's like the number one reason people actually go to McDonald's is for like the cheap drinks. So inflation is hitting them hard too. Maybe they'll have better guidance if they raise up their prices. But I remember the days when we had a dollar menu. Those were the days, man. Those were the days. Happy Meal was like $5. Those were the days. Those were the days. They're not coming back. Especially if you guys live in the cities. I don't know if you guys eat Little Caesars. I have Little Caesars maybe once every 2 months or so when I'm like running late for someone. I'm like, oh, I'll just grab a couple slices of pizza, see how it goes. But Little Caesars pizza costs $8 here where I live. $8, not $5, $8. So that's a little bit more of an increase as maybe you guys were expecting. But inflation's hitting everybody, and people still go to Little Caesars. It's still cheaper than everybody else everywhere else, but it's still $8. It's still $8. When I was living in Bozeman, Montana, they moved, this was like in 2017, 2018, they moved their price up from $5 to $6. Everybody stopped going there and they had to lower the price back down. I'm not joking. They had to lower the price all the way back down, and then they got flooded back with customers again. Now I can see them probably going to $6 or even $7, and people still going there because they understand inflation is here. People have a weird rationale for wanting to buy stuff at a higher price because they know, it's inflation. What can I do about it? Whereas before it was like, they're just being greedy. Let me go after, let me take my business elsewhere. Now it's probably a mix. Let's see. Our stop loss is basically limit orders, but instead of a minimum amount, you can set a specific amount for it, or is it something else? Yes, basically. You okay? Oh, sorry, my dog was stretching out. He made a little weird whimper noise. Here, hold on a second, guys. Wait a second. You guys will reach my level soon. My dog's down here. I want to pet my dog. He just woke up from a nap, and when he wakes up from a nap, he's usually pretty babyish. There we go. All right. So, yeah, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yeah, I spoil my dog rotten. Um, let's see. Robinhood will sell all of your crypto at the current price if you do that. Oh, there you go. Okay. What's right here? And thanks, man. I appreciate the kind words. I had a stop loss order on Ethereum and it got stopped out today for profits. Looking to get back in. I'm thinking Ethereum 1200. Maybe my price depends on the news coming out and how it could react. I would say 1200 is fine. You really want to keep an eye on the news though, because what you might see is a few sudden dips that actually go below that, but by the end of the day, it might actually creep back up above the $1,200 level. Okay, so maybe you want to buy what you're thinking of a wick, right? And hey, Otto, oil cooling off, inflation will cool. That's the thought so far. But the problem is the reason oil's going down is because we're all afraid of a recession. We were all kind of on this channel. We were all banking on Biden reaching a deal with the Saudi government because we're like, why else would he be going over there if his underlings in it have a deal already in place where they can just shake hands or fist bump and get the job done? But they didn't get a deal, and so the whole trip was pretty much a waste, right? But we were banking on him doing that or talking with the oil tycoons, I guess you could call them, and try to work out a deal. But he hasn't been able to do any of that stuff. And so the only thing really bringing oil down right now is the fear of a recession. And, China has been cooling down faster than America, and China uses up a lot of oil. One of the reasons we had that initial spike a few weeks ago as far as oil prices going up and up and up, that's because China was reopening and they were starting to use more and more oil. If we go over here very fast, AAA gas prices, we're now down to an average of $4.35. It's still going down, a little bit every day. A month ago it was at $4.90. Now we're at $4.35. It's still creeping down. Over here in Washington, we're still above $5, but at least we're not California at $5.73. Whoosh. But yeah, it is creeping down bit by bit, and that is going to help out inflation a lot. I'm hoping that now we will actually have August inflation numbers be low. If we have low August inflation numbers, I would expect somewhere under 9%. That'll be what the market needs to have a short-term boom. It really, really will. That'll give us so much more free time. And then if the labor market remains strong, maybe we can just start, we won't fall and crash. Maybe we'll just be limping for a little bit of time. Maybe that's what it takes. But August, it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one. We have to be down. If gas prices are down and inflation is high, that will just be the nail in the coffin for the market in the month of August. We don't want to see that, right? And of course, August's inflation numbers will be represented. They will represent this month's July's. So just so you guys know. But yeah, got to be careful there, guys. You should be online all day. So many questions. I can't be online all day, but I try to stay on as long as I can. I've been streaming for how long, guys? What? I started like at 5:30, but my stream went down for some computer issues. But I've been streaming since like 6 o'clock now, so like 2.5 hours basically of streaming. I'm used to it. McDonald's drive-through eye test says it always packed all night. There you go. I have not been to McDonald's for a while, but if they're still packed, they're still making money there. That may be good. That may be good news. And I do know people still feel like McDonald's is cheaper than a lot of other goods out there. And hey, Meta, too many lakes low in California. Turbine output on dams running low. Percentage to too many electric cars in the California. Oh, guys, I mean, I think we're headed for nuclear technology. I think we're headed for nuclear power, excuse me. I think that's what's really going to guide the future. We have the technology to make some really great nuclear plants, guys, as far as I know. I'd be much happy if we just built some really mega nuclear plants, let them do their work, and be fine with it. Maybe they're a national security risk or something weird like that. But I mean, we have we have one nuclear plant out here in Washington State. It looks beautiful. It's kind of in the grasslands out in the middle of nowhere, but it looks nice. I think that's what we're going to need to have if we want to have some cheap energy prices. Nuclear is not really expensive. I mean, it's expensive upkeep, the startup fees, stuff like that. But I still think that's better than trying to do coal, even a clean coal, hydropower. Hydropower is actually pretty nice. But like the solar panels and the windmills, I'd rather just have some nuclear energy. But I'm no expert, so don't get mad at me if I said something wrong there. But I guess clean coal is okay too. Domino's is like cardboard in my opinion. We got different taste. What's you guys' favorite pizza store? Oh, the one I like out here, it's not really popular anymore, but we have a Godfather's pizza out here in Washington. They're amazing. Godfather's. Oh yeah. Little Caesars is trash. Domino's is way better at the same price. Oh, why didn't you know Domino's is the same price? See, there you go. See? Oil is breaking out right now. Oh, there you go. Let me check out oil very fast, guys. We're waiting for Bitcoin to make a move here too. Bitcoin so far is stagnant. Oh, yeah, let's go to U.S. oil. We don't have to worry about U.K. We'll look at two things here. I think two things are important here. So here's oil on the 1 second chart. Let's not worry about this. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. There we go. Oh, actually, let's go back to the daily chart. We might be bouncing back up to it. There we go. We're still close to this initial breakout that we talked about a few days ago. Was it on the 4 hour chart? Is that where that line came into place? No, when did this line come into place? Huh? Oh, that's why it's on the daily because the daily didn't mitigate that. Okay. Uh, Basically, we're getting closer and closer to, I guess, a formal breakout of oil. But so far, oil is pumping up right now and it looks pretty nice. Uh, it may actually break out above the 20-day moving average here pretty soon. We still want to see it break above the trend line. Then we want to see it break above the 50-day moving average. But oil may make its reversal here pretty soon. May even be looking for a double bottom here on the on the daily chart. Maybe the weekly chart makes it look a little nicer. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Bottom, breakout above 123. If that's the case, guys, that would be a huge move. We'll see how high it goes. I'm hoping we would just kind of consolidate a little bit more, just because if we're already out of recession, you should see oil prices continue to decline. Maybe once people start losing their jobs, maybe that'll kind of change up the oil markets a little bit more. Something else that was going on over the past few days as well here is natural gas prices started to really peak back up because Russia's going to slow down the amount of natural gas they give to Europe. And that means that they are not going to have as much supply, which means that there's going to be, the demand is still going to be there. So you're starting to see natural gas prices go back up here as well. I'll have to learn more about what Russia's doing. I tend not to really care about the Russia-Ukraine war too much. At the beginning, it was something interesting. We talked about it a lot, how it was going to affect the market. So far, it seems like the governments are more interested in just keeping the war going on instead of just finding some type of like peace treaty. Who knows how long that's going to last? But until then, you will see the person that owns the most of the energy, which is Russia at this point compared to Europe, they're going to probably choose to squeeze Europe even more as Russia itself is squeezed even more by sanctions. So, just be prepared for it. Natural gas is going back up. It looks like oil is going back up here bit by bit. But you can see natural gas has definitely had a little bit more of an upswing than oil over the past few days. Not bad, though. Which one was this? There we go. Gosh. Well, Bitcoin may be coming back down even more now. Ethereum Classic is back to being KDA is up at 1.1, almost 2% now. Huh. What's KDA doing here very fast? Let me just check it out. 15-minute. Having a little bit of a spike. Not bad. There we go. Okay. Hope it wasn't freezing for a second. McDonald's pop is now 179. Any size in the area? Oh, nope. I mean, I don't even drink much there. But yeah, gosh. Oof, oof, oof. My state never had $1 sodas, 150 here. Oh my, see, this is interesting. See, this is the thing about YouTube. We can kind of talk from all over the place. But yeah, it's always a crazy thing to see how much stuff costs in different states. Oh man. McDonald's is a super stock. McDonald's is something that's going to survive forever. McDonald's is never going away. Although they did lose all those McDonald's in Russia. I forgot what the name of it is, but I know they lost all those ones. And hey, Eduardo, am I into some gaming tokens? Yeah, I do. I mean, like, it's probably metaverse tokens. I do like metaverse tokens like Sand, Mana, UFO Coin, Starlink, a lot of the smaller ones. Yeah. If they're on a major exchange, I've usually bought a couple $100 worth of them, like all of them, like so maybe like a couple $1,000 invested in those suckers. I want to see where they go. I think the metaverse is going to be here to stay. I want to see if Meta, Facebook, can create their own smart chain or their own chain. And I want to see if they can really start working within the crypto world. Honestly, I would have Meta set up its own formal business on the side owned by Facebook. That way they're not held liable if anything sneaky goes on over there. But I think, yes, I do like a lot of those coins. I'm hoping for more traditional companies to hop into that gaming space. I'll be heavily invested in those coins because I know they actually know how to drive results, meet quotas, meet their goals basically. And I'm hoping to invest a lot more money into the metaverse over the next few months. But it's gonna, definitely take some time. I unplugged something, but it seems like it wasn't important. Everything's working. Oh, I unplugged my desk because I sat down. Any good New York pizzeria is the best. What's it here? Oh, hey, Haram. Hey, Mike, just got into the new Fire Stick 4K Max. Your stream looks good in 4K. Dude, I know. I didn't even realize I could have. I increased the output of the stream today, so you guys are looking at it in some higher quality level. It really does look a lot better. So I'm working, guys. I'm working on making this the best stream possible. I know we've gotten off topic here a little bit from Bitcoin, but right now we're just basically waiting to see if we're going to take that another dump, or if we're going to try to break out above that 20 moving average here as far as Bitcoin is concerned. But I'm working in the background, guys, to make it better. I'm also working on the website every day to kind of build it out a little bit more. I have the review site. It's getting there. Now I'm about to do reviews on a whole bunch of exchanges and tell you guys my personal thoughts on them, the good, bad, the ugly, and stuff like that. Oh, and guys, get ready. Pretty soon I'm going to be moving the Dogecoin stream back over here because I know a lot of you guys like to show off your memberships on it. And then from there, I'm going to turn the other YouTube channel into Tasty Crypto News. And there's another YouTuber out there called Digital Asset News. Here it is. Oh, I kind of zoomed in a little bit, didn't I? This is 200% zoom in. Um, but basically, I'm going to be doing daily streams on top of the streams I do already to just talk about a little bit about what's going on here. And I think you guys will like this quite a bit. I just got to figure out how to do this properly. But this will be good for you guys to pay attention to, and this will be good for you guys to kind of see what the news is around the market. And I think I can present the news a little bit better than this guy. I like Rob; he's a great guy. He's not bad at all. I'm not saying that, but I think I can do more news that kind of affects you guys as traders, and beyond just crypto stock market, because people seem to always forget that the stock market really makes crypto move a lot. Whether you guys think it's the S&P, NASDAQ, whatever, if you guys understand more about what's happening in the stock market, you guys will understand more about what's going to happen to the crypto market. It's always good to have a little bit of a cheat sheet, right? No, is Eduardo. Domino's is a tech company disguised as a pizza company. I think you're right about that. And hey, can you look at the Brazilian digital token? Hey, if you can give me the ticker for it, I can find it. I do not know what the ticker is for it right now, but if you let me know what it is, I'll look it up on TradingView, no problem, man. Facebook tried to make a new stablecoin and got stopped by the government. I think once they have regulations coming out next year, I think they should be able to try again. That's assuming that they actually get a deal done, though. I'm not entirely sure if they're going to be able to get that through Congress. I think it's moving slowly. It might be still in committee in the Senate or something like that, but I know it's moving. Here, hold on. Oh, snap. 4 hours ago. Knew I shouldn't have brought it up. House punts on stablecoin bill after Yellen raises flags over key provision. While the draft text has largely been kept under wraps, details on the proposed framework have rankled watchdog groups and banking lobbyists. Lobbyist. And she is the queen of lobbyists. House Financial Service Committee lawmakers will delay the markup of a widely anticipated bipartisan stablecoin bill this week after Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen pushed for changes in a key provision of the legislation. The delay will push back the timeline for when Congress could start moving stablecoin legislation until after the August recess, according to multiple sources familiar with the discussions, right? Oh, I see. There's some stuff going on right here. So Maxine Waters and ranking Republican Patrick McHenry of North Carolina have been negotiating a bill that would give banks the ability to issue their own stablecoins, interesting, digital assets whose value is pegged to fiat currencies like the US dollar, and put non-bank issuers under the oversight of the Federal Reserve. Oh, okay, that's interesting. That's kind of more clarity, I guess you would say, right? While the draft text has largely been kept under wraps, details of the proposed framework have been ranked. Oh, that we were talking about that. Lawmakers were said to be close to a final agreement on the bill late last week, yet then Yellen raised concerns, I guess. Okay. Treasury sought changes that would require digital wallet providers to keep customer assets segregated, ensuring their preservation in the event of insolvency, according to one source from the discussions. That's not actually a bad idea. That's not bad. That means if Voyager were to go under, they may be able to use your crypto, your other crypto as leverage, or they may be able to use it for bankruptcy. But your stable coins would be something more protected, like the U.S. dollar. Thereby, they wouldn't be able to mess with it. So that's I take back what I said about Yellen. She's still a lobbying queen, but what do you call? That's actually something that we need to have happen. I know a lot of people that have UDSC tied up in Celsius and Voyager. I've talked to you guys over the past few weeks. You know, stable coins should be set apart. I would even say all crypto should be set apart. Once you buy the crypto, it's yours. But again, this is more of a stable coin bill, and this is not related to overall crypto. So I think this is actually something that's very interesting. I think that should be into the bill. I do think that actually personally. Uh, and it just talks about why they're doing the bill because of stable coins and stuff like that. Because of what happened to Terra coin, whatever UST. That's why they're doing the bill. Yada yada yada. But yeah, I mean that's pretty big news, everybody. Imagine if you know if you guys had UDSC or like some type of stable coin tied up in one of these exchanges that went bankrupt. That means you would be able to get all of that back. You wouldn't be able to get your Bitcoin back, your Ethereum back, but you would be able to get your stable coins back. And that's something really, really important. I think a lot of you guys need to, should support. Call your local congressperson. And hey, can BRZUSD, FTX maybe? Let's just go to the weekly chart here. It's having a little bit of a pump here. I don't exactly know what makes this thing go up and down, basically. But as far as the Brazil coin, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to buying this for the long term. I might hope that it comes back down to maybe 17 cents or so, maybe about a penny less than where it is now. But I think this is still an okay play for the long term. I mean, I've heard about it maybe like once or twice in like passing, talking to people. I wouldn't buy it right now unless you wanted to do something more of a YOLO trade just because Bitcoin doesn't look so hot at this moment in time. But I would say if you wanted to start dollar cost averaging on this, I would have hoped you could start a couple days earlier, but I still think the opportunity is there. It's up over the last few days, like 2.73%. Yeah. I mean, what do you call? I still think it's okay. I don't know what the market cap is for this, but if it can just, do well over the next few years, I mean, I think it'd be fine. It looks like it has some bullish divergences down here, which is kind of interesting. But I'm not expecting crazy things out of this. But if you wanted to plop a little bit in there, just see what happens. I mean, like here, if we go back up here to 61 days ago, it's only up 14%. It would only be up 14%. But I think it'd be something of an opportunity if you wanted to just do something more of a swing trade, kind of how it likes to go through these cycles here. Maybe you could try to buy in anticipation of such a cycle. I might want to see it, see a golden cross first. You can see during the last time cycle, we kind of stagnated, had a golden cross after a while. I guess we had a failed golden cross here, but, I think it'd be okay. This is something, though, you want to buy low, kind of hold for the long term and just sell when it kind of moves its way back up. Understanding it might be it's a low risk play, I think, low risk, but, better plays out there, but still could be fun to add to your portfolio. Bitcoin, don't keep going down. This looks like it's curling over, guys. Just a little bit here. Just curling over. Back up my head a little bit here. 7-Eleven has excellent pizza. What? I haven't had 7-Eleven pizza in such a long time, but I remember it tasted weird, but okay, edible. I used to get Pizza Hut as a kid because every time you get I was a really good reader in elementary school. So after I read a book and I passed my little quiz exam on the computer to said that I get my reading points, whatever they were, they would give me a little personal pizza coupons, which was awesome. So I'd go to Pizza Hut, get a personal pizza for free. It was great. It was fantastic. Hey, Ricardo, if I'm correct, Walmart stock and Home Depot stock stayed green during COVID. Yeah, I mean, people still have to pay for stuff. It's not like Walmart. I mean, they initially went down a little bit, but a lot of stuff during COVID, they kind of boomed. People still need that stuff. Housing boom was happening during COVID as well. Houses were being built up like crazy because the home market kept on going up and up and up and up and up. Remember, guys, when COVID first started, everybody was terrified to live in a city. I lived in downtown. I was like, what should I be doing? Should I be moving out? No. I mean, because when COVID first started, guys, I thought it was going to be like the movies where you just see like people piled up on the streets like a freaking zombie movie, because that's the way the news was portraying. And I was like, oh my gosh. Then afterwards, I was like, oh, this isn't nearly that bad, right? But it's bad. People are passing away, but it's not like, the end of times as it was being portrayed on the news. And so, but I know many people that left their condos, left their apartments, and they rented or bought houses in the suburbs specifically to get away from the city where there was high transmission rates and stuff like that, right? And people were just fixing up those houses because, once you're in the city, you become accustomed to a certain lifestyle. You want the granite countertops. You want the overhead fan on top of your oven, right? So what they did is they all went to Home Depot and Lowe's, mostly Home Depot because that's where the contractors go that kind of build all this stuff up. And they refurnished a whole bunch of houses, and it happened all within a short amount of time. Home Depot was printing money out there, printing money. See. And hey, Bideford, have a great rest of your night. Hey, Brightest, my wife got out of the hospital today. Yeah, 13 days. She's worn out, but in her own bed. Hey, that's awesome, Brightest. That is freaking fantastic. I'm happy she's doing well. Chicago does have bomb pizza. Oh, man. I need to go back to Chicago. I haven't been to Chicago in like 5 years or something like that now. Don't remember the last time I had pizza. There's that one guy on YouTube that does all the pizza reviews. I should probably go look up his top 10 pizza reviews and just do a cross-country trip to try out all those pizzas. Because one of them, I think he gave like a really close to a 10 or something like that, and it just had a beautiful crunch on the bottom of it. Sounded good. See. And hey, Tricks, I don't think Bitcoin's hit an overall bottom yet. I think eventually we will be dropping back down below $17,000. I hope I'm wrong here, but so far this economic news that we've discovered so far this week, it really hasn't been that good. Over the next few days, maybe we see Google earnings tomorrow end up being better than expected. Maybe we see Apple earnings being better than expected. But right now, if you want to see Bitcoin go up in a strong move towards the end of this week, we need earnings to be better than expected, first of all. Can you guys see my finger? No. First of all, we need earnings to be better than expected. We need the rate hike to not be 100 points, but instead be something closer to 75 or 50 basis point rate hike. And then on top of that, we have to, when we get the data on Thursday, we have to not be in a recession. We have to be maybe close, but not having, our GDP can't have shrunken. Otherwise, that's 2 consecutive quarters of GDP going down. We can't have that happening. If all 3 of those things happen for us, Bitcoin may find a short-term bottom and even try to push back up to 25,000. But at this point in time, it's going to be unlikely that all the news this week is going to be perfectly good, green, buy. 7-Eleven pizza is elementary school cafeteria? Oh, right. Oh, really? Oh. You mean like the square pizza? I don't like square pizza. Square pizza made me throw up. Elementary school pizza, it was square. Whatever they had on top of it, it wasn't cheese. Whatever they had on top of it, I will go to my grave saying it was not cheese what they had on elementary school pizza. It wasn't cheese. It wasn't cheese. It wasn't. It wasn't. You can't convince me otherwise, guys. It's not. I remember people used to eat out on dinner at Pizza Hut on like Friday nights. It was still a thing. We still have Pizza Huts out here where they have dine-in locations and where they still eat out. And they have pinball machines, arcades. They're freaking awesome. Some Pizza Huts have them, some don't. It's a world of difference, I guess, depending on where you live. COVID was basically zombies, but instead of brains, they went for toilet paper. Guys, I was streaming last year, a couple years ago when COVID really hit. I wasn't streaming about crypto. I was just streaming about my life and just having fun with some people that followed me. A couple of friends and stuff like that because I was still trying to learn YouTube at that time. But basically, I did a live stream where I went on a hunt for toilet paper, and I got like 30,000 views of me just on a hunt for toilet paper. I had to drive out of downtown. I had to drive for miles into the rural country, and I took the last 3 toilet paper things at the store. They gave me the stink eye, but I was like, you have no limits, And so I got one for me, I got one for my mom and sister, and I got one for my grandparents. Everybody was happy. It was definitely a journey because partway through it, it started to snow. And I was like, oh God, here we go. Rural snow is not the same as city snow. The city people get plows and stuff. Rural communities, they don't get plows for hours and days. They got to cope with it. It's a whole different thing. What's it here? Oh, and hey, Carson, I'm happy to see you back. People were terrified about living in the city, but now the city living is the right way to do things. Sentiment seems to be higher than ever. Short hindsight, it seems. Of course. I'm still happy I moved out of the city. Look, guys. The city is a very expensive place, as you guys might expect. If you guys live in the city, you guys know what I'm talking about. But I used to work downtown in Seattle, so I was justified in spending a lot of money, like $3,000 a month, to live downtown. Now, do I justify myself living that, spending that much money? No, I do not. Oh, hold on, my software kicked in to do a little bit of a scan. Let me just cancel that for now. Cancel the analysis. Yes, I know there's stuff that needs my attention, but that'll be wait. Backup files. Okay, cool. There we go. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's people have really short term memories. I mean, I still have friends that live in the city, but remember, the friends I have living in Seattle right now, I guess there's a few of them, but my friend Carlos and his girlfriend, they have a 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom apartment downtown Seattle, 1,200 square feet. They're paying $4,500 a month for rent, $200 each for parking, each 200 each for parking. $50 about 4 times, 5 times a month. So like let's say $250 to use the top skyscraper part of their building, so they can kind of eat with the fireplace and stuff because they're bougie. I'm bougie like that too sometimes. But that's every single month, not including groceries, not including the dog food, not including their the normal spending habits. So that's like well over $5,500 a month just to live in the city, not including the lifestyle on top of that, right? So they're both in tech, so they can afford that. But it's pretty crazy when you think about it, how expensive. You know what the type of house they could afford for like $5,500 a month mortgage? A good house, even in Seattle, a good house. Okay house. What's right here? Hey Ken, it's a couple notches above cafeteria pizza, far from fantastic. What do you call it? Cafeteria pizza is disgusting. Disgusting. What's the name of the indicator on your 1 second Bitcoin chart? I quite precise plus. Oh, right here. This is an oscillator that a friend of mine has, and my friend of mine developed it. It's a private one. You're not going to be able to find this online. If you want this, you have to pay for his bot service. I think it's like $50 a month or something like that. I don't think you guys want to do that, but if you guys want to, I think it's called Chart Prime. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. It's this website right here, Chart Prime. I get it for free because I'm an influencer. I'm awesome. But basically, yeah, right. So it's basically a tool that you guys can put on TradingView if you guys want to use it. And so I'm just using the oscillator right now, but usually you can turn on the whole exchange if you want to. Oh, there she goes. There she goes. Wowza. Can keep on going? Okay. All right. Found a little bit of support still. Not crashing just yet. You can see shorts are still trying to push us down though. Maybe I spoke too soon. These seconds charts can be wild. Uh, uh, Maybe my voice can be wild when I'm talking like this, but I'm just like, I'm gonna dump right here. We still have another 3 minutes here as far as this 50-minute candle is concerned, but we're trying to barely hold up here. We'll keep a close eye on this, guys. But that was a pretty decent short that just kicked in right there. Let's see. Unless you're there, you go. And hey, bite sized cake. Hope you're doing well. I just had some great green tea cake the other day for my sister's birthday. We were all trying to find toilet paper, and Mike was hoarding it. It was the time to hoard. Oh my gosh, it was definitely the time to hoard toilet paper. I would do it again. I wanted as much toilet paper as I can get. Oh, there she goes. There she goes. Oh, next leg down. It looks like little baby steps, guys. Baby steps. Um, Oosh. Oh, yeah. We're taking another leg down here, guys. Oosh. Oh. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Well, at least my shorts are doing okay, I guess. But it's never fun to see Bitcoin going down like that. Now we have like a minute and a half left. See me minute 41. Hey boy, my dog's looking at his balls right now. What do you call? I don't like the way it sounds. It always sounds so disgusting. The only thing about dog I don't like. um, but what do you call? Now we're having a little bit more of a bounce, guys. A little bit of a rebound here. Yowza. Give it some time, guys. It looks like shorts are definitely going to be the winners of the day here. Anticipate some moves coming on though. Like if we go back up here, let me refresh the page. We're still negative as far as the futures are concerned. We're not as far down as we were a few hours ago though, so we're actually a little bit better off. We've actually gone up a tad, but Bitcoin is not going up a tad here. Oh, it's having a little bit of a rocket up here. We're making our way back up. Whoever just shorted, they're trying to push him out. If they push him out, this will be hilarious. Oh, ah. Well, we do love our volatility on this channel. I'll tell you that. 41 seconds. I mean, I don't know what the goal of this is right here. This is something pretty strange. They're really trying to squeeze this guy out. They just entered in a pretty large short. Let me see if I can actually go over here. Let me go on Twitter very fast and find something so you guys can watch this while it's happening. All right, give it a second. We got yeah, we're fine. Last few minutes, guys. 57 seconds. $1 million Bitcoin long. 1.5 million short. $1.2 million short. It's like $2 million short. $4 million short. 5. So we had about $5 million shorted right there on Bitcoin, and at the very last minute we had one long in here. Maybe if I refresh the page, we may have another long in here. Nope, just that one long. Yeah, a long came in here just to try to pump us back up, and I mean, we'll see how that works out. But usually, when you have a wick like that, it gets pretty wild. Yeah. Well, there we go. Now we're trying to have a little bit of a boost. Oh man, what a move. Okay, there you go. There's a little bit of action, guys. Not what I expected at all. I thought we were just gonna keep on going down. Nope. Some whale games, as we call it. See. Hey, Fat Buddha. I would say Dogecoin, if Bitcoin does go back down to like maybe anywhere between $15,000 and $10,000, you may see it reach anywhere from maybe 3 to 5 cents over the next few months. I could say that with some, with some certainty. Geez, now we're just trying to go up. Okay, well, we'll see how this works out. But yeah, I could see it happening probably August, September time. Hey, Six, do I think the next support is around 20,750? We have a strong support level around 19,833. That's going to change depending on how where we end up coming along that trend line here. Um, right now, our support on the Fibonacci level seems to be somewhere around 20,920 or so. After that, maybe it comes back down to 20,200. As far as those support levels, if you're seeing something else, let me know. There are some old trend lines that may actually have an impact here. Sometimes stuff like this randomly helps us out, but rarely do I actually have to any trust in that because you can just move it from here, right? Like maybe that'll work right there. That didn't really do anything, right? So I would say those first two levels I gave you though. There you go. All right, some interesting pumps happening though. Pretty engaging stuff. See here, pump now, liquidations happening now. Back. Um, I wouldn't say they've liquidated just yet. They're trying to liquidate the people that just shorted into the market. That 5 million right here. They've managed to push it back up, but that person probably has a stop loss somewhere up here around 21,128, or probably even a little bit above that by 21,200 or so. You're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Usually, if you're going to be trading, I would usually recommend trading off of a setup, not just trading off of the volatility you see on the screen. That's can be very, very risky if you're not used to trading volatile moves like that. Most of you guys, if you're looking to trade something like this, you guys may refer to something as like a day trading. What do you call it? Penny stocks. Kind of the same type of thought process there. I'd be very cautious if you guys try to day trade this market right now. A lot of people might have just shorted this breakdown right here, saying we're going to be going down, down, down. and just got ripped apart. Even I don't want to be day trading this right now. Swing trading, sure, I got shorts open. But day trading, not in this market right here. I want to see some basic, easy setups to be able to make some easy money. I don't want to work too hard for this money right now. And if you're trading right now, you're working far too hard for this money. Although some of you guys are hard workers, I can be, I guess, but not when it comes to markets like this. No, 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 no. And hey, Gus, can I check out TBLT, Tough Built Industries? You were spot on when I asked you last time. It ran up to the low nines and now dropped back down. Where do you see it going next? Still a squeeze? We can do this very fast while we wait for Bitcoin. TBLT. So let's see. Oh, there we go. Yep, ran right up there. Got rejected off the Fibonacci extension level. That was nice to see. It's breaking back down now. Historically, what does this do when it squeezes? Usually comes back down pretty fast. Looks like, yeah. I might say the squeeze looks like it's mostly over. So I would say that I would be mostly scaled out of this position already if I haven't already been. If you wanted to enter a new position in this one, I would say most likely I wouldn't invest more than 10 to 20% of how much you invested during the last play and then retest it to see if it manages to bounce back up. But on the 4-hour chart, we're cooling back off. Maybe if it breaks down below the 20 or the 50 moving averages here, I would say more likely the 20. That's going to be the end of this rally temporarily, and you may start to see the shorts start to re-enter the market here. It had a nice squeeze. You can see on the 4-hour chart, it failed to close above that price target up here. Nice Fibonacci extension level, though. Worked out very well. But so far, if it can't bounce off tomorrow above the 20 moving average on the 4-hour chart, I would say be very careful. It's most likely not going to have a good time going forward. Over the next week or so. You might have to wait for another setup again. There we go. And we're consolidating. We'll take that as a win, guys. We'll take that as a win. And hey, Alex, and I was about to go to sleep 6 a.m. here. Nope. What do you call? Don't forget to get some sleep. Don't forget to get some sleep, my man. And hey, Cars, dang, last time I saw holding TBLT, it was trading around $13 a share. What happened to it? Not good earnings, not good management, and slowly died back down. They didn't meet their expectations, and they didn't have enough funding to keep on working it out. An easy way to kind of see it in kind of a hindsight of what happens is if you go over here to the website Finviz. Actually, I don't know if this actually has it in here. TBLT, it does have it. Okay. You can see what happened over the last few months, obviously, or the years if you go to the weekly chart or monthly chart. What they've basically done on it is they've done tons of splits, which means the price fell down below $1 in order to meet financial requirements of the NASDAQ or the Dow, whatever it is. They had to split their coin split their stock to the point where it got back up above $1. So they kind of had to, they shrunk the amount of shares to kind of increase the value, basically. And then what they do afterwards is they issue new shares so they have more out there so they can raise capital. And it kind of ends up being a bad process. But here, so you see public offerings. I just talked about offerings. That's the public offering. It dropped down 51% off of that news. So this split somewhere in here, maybe. Let's see. Oh, see, granted 180-day extension to meet NASDAQ minimum bid requirements. That's what the dollar we were talking about there. I don't know if I can find it in time before my brain gives out. Another offering. Basically, oh, there he goes. 1 to 150 reverse stock split as part of NASDAQ compliance plan. There it is. It's the cycle. Every time you see a company do this, that's the cycle you're looking for. They usually do have some great short squeezes because people like to short these down and down and down and down because they're always just great to short. But, it's just bad management. They ran out of money. They have to bring in new money, so they have to do public offering after public offering, meaning that there's pumping shares onto the market, and then they're just taking that money, and then they sell their shares onto the market. They use that money to fund the company over and over and over again, and it just becomes a death spiral of just losing money. There's a lot of corporations like that, But Finviz is a great resource to check out those types of stocks. I don't recommend trading them all too often. They're pretty risky. Right? But they can give you a quick amount of money if you want to have some fun. I, like most things like in this type of field, I refer to them as more of, let like going to the casino, having some fun, placing some bets. If you make some money, you do. If you don't make some money, you're okay. But you don't want to be putting down the mortgage on it, right? I'd rather be putting some money on the long-term Bitcoin, long-term Microsoft, long-term Meta, long-term, Nvidia. Semiconductor stocks are going to be massive over the next century. Massive. They're going to control freaking everything. And there's a good chance over the next 20 years, let's say 10 years from now, that China invades Taiwan. During that process, America is not going to have semiconductors. Guess who's going to have the semiconductors? Nvidia, AMD, the people that are kind of working out that bill in Congress that's kind of stalled out, unfortunately, right now. But it'll get passed eventually. It has to get passed. If not, we're going to be doomed without semiconductors. Doomed and chips. See. And hey, Sivas. Hey, Mike, hope all is well. Is there any news on VGX she's been holding for her dear life at 41 cents? Let's take a look at it. Thanks for being a member as well. I gotta make the UST in here, I guess. Bitcoin's still consolidating, guys. Oh, okay. So this is about to face a pretty nice squeeze here pretty soon. It's going to get squeezed between the 20 and the 50-day moving averages. You saw a few coins do this over the past few days. I think Dogecoin might have been one of them. I messed up my side thing here, so just give me a second. There we go. Oh, no, it wasn't this. Was it was it the 4 hour? No, it wasn't Dogecoin. Then never mind. There was a coin out there the other day that got squeezed similarly. Ethereum, no. Bitcoin Cash, no. No, no. Oh, here it is. Okay, Dot. I think there was another coin, frankly, but Dot will do. Where you see it get squeezed, whichever way it breaks, most likely breaking down. Of course, it moves down really hard, really fast. So, I think you said VGX, not yeah. There we go. Um, you said VGX, yeah, VGX, yeah. Uh, I think that you're going to see something similar here where it gets tackled back down. The one thing here that kind of makes me a little bit nervous for why I probably won't be shorting it is though a few days ago it really did get this massive pump out of nowhere. And I think what's going on right now, if we kind of just watch how it pumped up like 573%. What I think is going on right now is if you guys have been following the Voyager, we'll go back over here very fast to Bitcoin. If you guys have been following what's been going on with Voyager, you guys will know that if you guys have money trapped in Voyager, after the bankruptcy proceedings are done, you guys will most likely get a portion of your cryptocurrencies back. All right. Well, one of the ways they're going to be able to give you back your cryptocurrency is these are the ways: cash, stable coins, Voyager stock, and Voyager coin. All right. Well, I think what they did is they actually bought up a lot of their own coin, so they actually they had enough to give away to everybody after all said and done. So when they actually start giving their coins back out, I do think that the coin is going to crash in the long term. So I do think if you wanted to have a leverage play on it or just a normal short, I think that would work out. But I'm frankly too scared to touch that because I'm afraid they may need to buy more here over the next few days. Which could ultimately just be a horrible thing for the price if I'm shorting it, right? That would just cause a massive upward move in price again. But it's very risky. I would be very, very careful, and you must have a stop loss if you want to be in this and be in that one. But I think that's what's going on. They're buying back some of their own coins so they can give it away when the time comes for them to reimburse a portion, like all of us, a portion of what our holdings were before they locked the app down. Let's see. Let me see if I can find this for you guys very fast. Oop, let me go back over here. I'm going to answer some of these questions here very fast, but I need to get a visual aid because it's much different. Let's see. Maybe this one will work for you. Maybe this will work for you. Okay, hold on a second here. Save image. PNG. Let's open this up here. Let's go to my downloads. There we go. Patrick asked about a bullish engulfing candle, so I just wanted to have a visual diagram because it's going to be interesting. It's not easy to just kind of show it off, because this is what you might be looking at right now, actually. So this is what it looks like, Patrick. You guys can see my face. Yeah, you can. So basically what you're going to be expecting is this little bit of a downward trend here. And then basically these don't work out as often as I would like them to, which is why I trust patterns more. But normally what you want to see here is we find a level of support and you want to see a strong movement coming from the following candle. I prefer for this to happen off of daily candles or 4 hours, but a lot of times you can see it on 15-minute to 2 hour, 1 hour, excuse me. I use those two a little bit more, but the 4 hour daily. And then once you see that really large pop off, when it comes down subtly, that's normally where you place your entry. And then it's usually going to be holding it usually back up to the previous resistance level. Sometimes I would actually say I sell it before then, even though sometimes it does make it there. Yeah, I would say maybe 75 to 90% back up to that resistance level is what I normally aim for. I don't really usually get too many profits off of that. But sometimes it works. It works quite well. We'll look at it here over the 15-minute chart, or I would suggest you look at it here, Patrick. Let me get rid of this very fast. But it's usually not too much you're expecting from it. I mean, you're not looking at it too much. You probably see them all the time and you just don't know it because sometimes they fail a little bit, right? Oh, geez, we got 10 seconds left. Why are they trying to push us down now? It's not going to do anything. Like you can consider this. Not this is this one isn't really too much there. Yeah, we'll look at this one in a second here. I don't like this wick here as far as that's concerned. Normally, you want to see it have a stronger hold. Like you wouldn't want to see this wick here. You'd want to see all this above this level here. But traditionally, yeah, you consider this. You can consider that a bullish engulfing. So you would probably want to buy off of this. Let me go to the 5-minute chart. There you go. Bullish engulfing. You buy right here. Target price is going to be, I don't know, somewhere up here around 21,361. There you go. That's a much easier way to say it. I was trying to find it on the 5-minute chart. It just doesn't look as good. Again, I probably wouldn't want to see this nasty wick here, but a lot of times that does work out like that, okay? So that's kind of what I'm looking for in bullish engulfing. I just don't day trade off of this because, of course, if you buy the dip here, even where it's now, it's like 0.5%. If you have a leverage trade, I think it could work out for you, but that's basically what it looks like. The 15-minute chart, almost. It's just you want to see that close down in the red. Right now, it looks like the 15-minute chart just wants to pump up here and at least test out the 20 moving average on the 15-minute chart. Yeah, sorry about that. Thirsty. Let's take a sip of water here, guys. There we go. All right. 15 we can set. There we go. Okay. 18K triple bounce would be nice. That would be very, very interesting. I mean, if that does happen, I think Bitcoin could at least try to consolidate, even if the market does fall down a little bit more. It just depends on how we might hit the weekend if that occurs. But that might happen more Thursday, Friday. Maybe it would actually even happen on the Friday if we want to hit that $18,000 support. See, hey cars, oof, reverse splits and share dilutions, that'll do it over and over and over and over and over again. That's the way it happens. I used to trade this one stock. I don't think it's on TradingView or FinViz anymore, but let me see if it is. Tops. This is my first big penny stock that hit big ever in my life. Weekly. Now you can see clearly this thing has been split after split after split after split. But back over here, I don't know exactly. Maybe it was I don't remember exactly what it was. Can I find it here very fast while we just wait for Bitcoin to pop off again or do something? Top shipping. Shipping is a really big penny stock market, massive. So you can see this thing just kind of comes down over and over and over again. And it's had split after split after split. But somewhere back here a long time ago, there it is. Yeah. What, 2020 maybe? No, it wasn't 2020. I was in college at the time. It was something. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Yeah, 2017. Okay. So this thing, I mean, it blew up over a period of days and it just went parabolic. It was even on CNBC. It was a crazy time. 792%, something like that. Yeah. It just rallied up like crazy. I wish I could find it somewhere online for you guys, but It was my first ever penny stock that paid off. I invested all of that money back into my college. But yeah, it was great times. I haven't traded a penny stock like that in a long time though. Oh, we still trying to pump here? There we go. Let me see it here. Let's see. No. Nope. It's not on YouTube anymore. I wish. Oh, well, I tried to find it out for you guys. But yeah, dilutions, they happen a lot, a lot, a lot. Same with a lot of the gold mining corporations that don't have enough money to really mine the gold yet, so they need more and more money. They'll do a lot of that. Usually okay to hold those ones, but very, very risky. What's right here? Let's see. Hey, Patrick, what do you mean by stone? I don't know what stone means. What do you mean by how stone is it? Let me know and I'll answer your question. Hey, Meta. Also in business, if another company buys you out, there'll be a non-disclosure till the new company takes over and fully hires and fires all the back-end capacity. The non-disclosure is silence. Oh, yeah. Uh, you're looking at the ERG stock for the candle pattern. Let me see. ERG. ERG. Bitcoin's still going up here. We're watching in a second here, guys. ERG. Not ERF. ERG. There we go. ERG Energy. Oh, okay. Daily. Okay, so as far as this is concerned, tomorrow, if it dips into the red, then you'd be willing to buy it there. Okay, that's the golfing. That's the golfing part, I guess you would say. The candlestick pattern, excuse me, that we were talking about. So you'd want to buy it tomorrow, and then you'd either be hoping for the resistance of 117 or more likely up here of 127, and then anywhere between I think 117 and 127 would be your scale out zones. So I would consider this whole area that whole area your selling zone. But if you were to buy it on a dip tomorrow, like let's say 110, 111, the moment it gets up here to the red, that's still 6%. Up here at the top, that's still 15%. No leverage, no options, just plain out penny stock trading. It would probably work out well for you. Probably would. You'd buy tomorrow, sell the day after for a short in and out, like less than 24-hour trade, basically. And then from there, that's what you're hoping for. And you'd also be hoping for that we close back above the 50-day moving average here. Looks like it's trying to find a short-term bottom, so you may even see it try to pick up to 150, up to the 200 daily moving average. Still very, very risky. Be careful with it because it is a penny stock. But yeah, I can make you some money there. Ooh, somebody tried to put that down a little bit more here. We're having a lot of trouble just breaking above the 20 moving average on the 15-minute chart. Yes, my dog just barked in his sleep. um, That was when the HMNY movie pass was going to. Oh, I totally forgot about those movie passes that were being pumped out. And hey, cars, I've had no luck with penny stocks not holding many anymore. I suppose NMTR has become one while I've been holding it. That's how they usually work out. If I'm ever holding a penny stock, guys, it's usually something that has to be doing. It usually has to do with a government sector where I could see the government give them a government contract. Usually that dives into the realm of energy. I'm looking at some penny stocks right now. The names escape me, but they're penny stocks that have to do with nuclear energy. And I'm hoping, like uranium enrichment, not just the energy section, but like the whole process of it. I'm looking at those right now for some long-term retirement holds. But so far, I'm thinking that I may just put them in my regular account, just let them sit. But I haven't checked them out in like a month or so. I'm hoping the government will slowly move towards nuclear, and those over time will make me more money. But I want them to, of course, be profitable. I don't want to lose money in the long term or in the medium term while waiting for the America to kind of realize, hey, we need nuclear energy. See, hey Edwin, what's the ticker for Tectonic? So far, if you guys are trading any coins at this moment in time, you guys just want to be extra careful here. Earnings are around the corner. They've already started happening. Walmart earnings have not been good news as well. On top of that, we've been noticing that Margins are down. We know if we're going to we know if we're going to be in a recession, or if we are in a recession. Excuse me. We're going to know that on Thursday. Thursday. So Thursday we get the economic data coming out for Q2. If the GDP has contracted, at all, or we've gone into the negatives basically, that means we're formally in a recession, and that means everything is going to be bad, bad, bad. I know a couple of you guys told me about this stuff going on online. I know the White House is trying to change the definition of recession, but regardless if you like or hate them, it doesn't matter to me. You guys should understand that a recession technically means 2 negative quarters of GDP growth. Okay? And so far we had a Q1 was negative GDP growth. If Q2 is negative GDP growth, then we're formally in a recession, and you will see Americans start to tighten up their wallets even more than they already have been, because technically, people may be struggling, but I still see everybody, well, it depends on what social economic part of the ladder you guys are on, but I know lots of people that still go out for dinners and lunches. Me, I've been spending money willy nilly when I shouldn't be. I bought my sister 2 birthday cakes over the last 3 weeks, 2 weeks. I think her birthday was a couple weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, week and a half. But you know, I've been spending money a lot. I know a lot of my friends have been spending a lot of money, but we all realize as soon as there's a formal recession, we're just gonna be like, maybe we shouldn't be going out as much. Maybe we should save a little bit more money here. Maybe we should do this. I mean, like, technically, do I have to? No, but I like to be safe during these kind of uncertain times. And then maybe if I see a special deal or a sale or something like that, maybe Black Friday, I'll start pouring some more money out of my wallet. But until then, I want to keep it safe. Maybe go out to a restaurant every now and again because I do like eating. But I need my sushi. Ignored it was auto. Oh, okay, no worries, Patrick. Happy to help you out. Let's see. Oh, both of you guys are in MMAT. Let me see if I can find it out for you. MMAT cars is in it too. Let's see. Long term holds, guys. It seems like the guys are in the long term holds. Meta materials. It's definitely had its cycles, that's for sure. It looks like for this, oh, they had a split over here as well. What was this? Split one and two. That's not bad. Um, from a technical aspect, I probably wouldn't be buying any more of this. If you have some, awesome. I'd let it kind of sit and wait. That's the monthly chart, weekly chart. You saw the death cross here leading to us going down even more. We're about to have another death cross here over the next few weeks, probably leading us back down to 50 cents or something like that, or excuse me, 65 cents or something like that. Yeah, it can actually, it can go down with it. Yeah, it can go down that low. So I would say, yeah, this can definitely go down a little bit harder. I'd be long term holding this if I believed in it. And then from there, just watch that death cross here on the weekly chart. On the daily chart, you probably already had the death cross is way over here. And it's come down a lot since both those death crosses there. What else do we have here, though, for it? I mean, frankly, when I look at penny stocks like this, the technicals can give you a little bit, but they're not going to tell you a lot. Let me go back over here to Bitcoin very fast. Bitcoin doing anything? No. What you'd want to do over here is, oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, look at that. Daily, yeah, there you go. EPS, so it's not making money here. Sales 650, income negative 65 million, market cap is 359, so it still has a decent market cap even though it's small. Short float is 12, so that means hedge funds are really going hard on it, trying to short this sucker back down. Maybe you can expect a squeeze, but I don't think much more than that right now from a fundamental aspect. Sales are going up over the past 5 years, but not really much, only by 63%. That's not much growth from year over year. Uh, yeah, quarter, it's all down. From the year, it's down 73%. What I would do to figure out if you still like it, ooh, Canvas. Oh, this is my background right now. One of these is. But what I would do is I would go over to the website. I would go over towards investor relations. Let me see. I can do this very fast. Nice website. Very nice website. Yeah, well, I mean, 5G. These are people that can get some contracts here. Maybe they can get some money here. That might be kind of nice. But investors, do the old 10K. 10K, there we go. Wait, is this 10K 2021? December 31st. Okay. So you don't want to go down here. You want to go down to Financial status, financial, there you go. Financial, whoa, okay. Financial statements and supplementary data. And then, probably go down here. You want to see how they're making money. So 2021, they're making more money than they were before. So they have more cash on hand, I should say, not making more money. Um, and they're making more investments, grants receivable. They received some grants. Assets held for sale, 75 million. Hmm. Deferred revenue, that's a lot of deferred revenue. Product sales, okay. So their product sales are doing okay. In 2019, 23,000. I think these are in terms of millions, though, so just increase it by a lot. 2020 by only, COVID, I guess, 2,900, not much. And then 2021, 407,000. So they are growing. Cost of goods going up, operating expenses going up. I mean, gross profit going up. So, I mean, they're making money, but they're still making losses, I guess. Loss from operations. Yeah, geez. Oof. Foreign currency translation loss. They're losing money from just the process of transferring it out of country. Okay. Well, what I would do in here is I would actually read this information. They will gonna 10Ks usually have a more easier way to read it than your normal annual financial reports. They kind of express a lot of things in more of like how somebody would talk to another person, kind of give the reasons of what's going good, what's going bad, what they need to improve on. And then you guys can decide if you guys want to put more money into it, less money into it, whatever you guys want to do there. 10K reports are very, very critical. They're just very, very boring. Very, very boring. And hey, discount, have a great, great rest of your night, man. Hope you have a really good rest of your night. And actually, everybody, I'm going to call it a night too. I was supposed to stop streaming at 7 o'clock, but I know the market was going down. So I wanted to help you guys out and get you guys going through this. So far, you can see we're still kind of tanking right now. I may do a midnight stream to hang out with the guys over in Europe later on tonight. So maybe expect that. I will be sleeping in tomorrow, frankly, just flat out sleeping in. So I won't be up in time for earnings. So, the market may be going all over the place. If I wake up and the market is currently crashing, I will hop on live no matter what time it is. I wake up maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, whatever it may be. Maybe closer to 10 o'clock by the time I get up to shower, lunch, brunch, whatever. But so far, guys, we found a short-term bottom. We're having a little bit more of a whale wars going on. So I want you guys to be prepared for some heavy volatility. Again, if you guys are not used to trading in this current market environment, be very, very careful because this will squeeze you out left and right if you guys have too high of a leverage. If you guys want to try to practice trading with this, I'd highly recommend you guys just use the free paper trading software provided by TradingView. That way you guys aren't putting your own money on the line and risking it for a quick buck in a market that's going to be making you work very, very hard for that quick buck, okay? But I'll see you guys a little bit later. Have a great, great